Hey, this is Hypocrisy Jones. I was just on the Kokomo Press Podcast, and they gave me so much weed. Can I say that?
Hey, I'm Sean D. I was on the Kokomo Press Podcast, and I'm not gay.
What's up? You've tuned into the Kokomo Press Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Grainger, and this is the season finale of Season 5 of the Kokomo Press Podcast. This week, my co-host is the wonderful Cortni Richardson. One of my guest panelists is the hilarious Sean D, a.k.a. Sean D is funny on everything. And we welcome back to the podcast this week our former co-host, former Kokomo Press Podcast, Kokomo Press member, Kokomo Press connoisseur. It's our homie, Hypocrisy Jones, a.k.a. Jordan Bell of In Your House Podcast. He's here hanging out with us, and we just caught up on everything. But before we get into things, make sure you do me a huge favor. Make sure you go and like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Do all the things that help us be seen, because it's very important for us to, grow as a group. Appreciate you. Anyway, we got into so much this week on the Kokomo Press Podcast. We talked old times. We talked new times. We talked parenting. We talked about some of the recent cases that happened in Kokomo and the murders and the crazy things that are happening. We got into a bunch of wild theories about Trump and, Kid Rock and his weird shit. A lot about Elon Musk. We talked about The Last of Us and all the hate that Bella Ramsey's been getting. We talked about Pride Month and how it's just started. And we talked about the Pacers. We got into Chris Brown. We even talked about our buddy Zan Hughes, who does the theremin locally. We talked about the Kokomo Chatter. We got into so much. This was a fun episode. We all contributed. Myself, Cortni Richardson, Sean D, and Hypocrisy Jones. Hang out with us on this week's episode of the Kokomo Press Podcast, baby. Oh, woo!
Warning, this video contains adult content not suitable for children.
Here's me, because I'm like, that's how I get sucked into a cult.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like that's.
But I want to walk out of it knowing that I'm correct.
Knowing I'm correct.
Yes.
I want to be able to walk out of things.
I suppose it is a little different for you.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about religion on the podcast, right?
Yes, we are.
Because it's like a
boring
topic.
Because my mom just died, so I'm weird with religion now.
No, I get it, man.
I kind of because when something like that happens, you want to be like, oh, she's in a better place. But my whole life, I've been like you guys, not religious at all. And
in the past 2 years, we've all been overly affected by death.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Everybody in this room, and it just I get it. Because it makes me question, I don't really believe in God, but I
want to think that she's somewhere better.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. I want to feel like she's somewhere better, but my whole life I haven't really believed in religion.
I'm okay with the fact that she's just not around. Because I know what she was. I'm not okay that she's not around. I'm okay with that she doesn't.
Fuck that bitch.
That she's not in another place. Because I feel like she would just be worrying about what we were doing, and and she wouldn't be resting. And my cousin keeps saying that he's seen her and stuff, and I'm like, I don't really like that. They visited her, and they think that she's still around, and I'm like, I don't like that. That she would still be around or still be in heaven looking down on me. I don't want her to see me.
I don't want her to judge me.
I like the idea that she went peacefully and she got to remember everything, and we said our goodbyes, and now she's going on to she's just done. She's finished her time.
I feel my grandma.
Yeah, I mean, I can still feel peace.
It's moments. I know she's not there, but
it's so you'll smell something. Yeah, and be that's her.
Yeah,
and it's not a physical manifestation of them. It's
no.
It's you remember them that way.
Yeah.
So
every step I take, every move I make, every single day, every night I pray, I'll be missing you. You got this, puppy. Keep it going.
Tell me why
It's okay.
All right, let's start this shit off. Fuck you guys. All right. What's up? You tuned in to the Kokomo Press Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Grainger, and this week we have a star-studded cast, including my wonderful co-host over here in the green chair, ladies and gentlemen. Cortni Richardson is in the house.
I'm here.
And as always, we have over here, he's basically you're de facto. You get brought in anytime we need somebody to fill a chair. You're basically like the fifth chair in the Kokomo Press. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean D is in the motherfucking
What's
house.
up, everyone?
And then back from a hiatus hanging out with us, I forced him to come hang out. I was like, you have to come chill. Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Hypocrisy Jones, aka Jordan Bell in the house.
Yay.
That was the wrong button. We're hanging out here. This is the season finale of the Kokomo Press Podcast. If you don't know, now you know, suckers. I had to start with, a P. Diddy reference because, he is going through it right now.
He went through a lot of things. Or, Cassie did. I don't know how to take any of that.
It is so
He's
wild.
been in a lot of things.
A lot of places.
Yeah.
A lot of people's places.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of holes.
A lot of holes.
Yeah.
I feel like he'd be really good at like examining buttholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Proctologist?
Yeah.
Well, okay. How deep have you guys went in on like
No pun intended.
pause.
Hold on.
No pause. Like
How deep have you guys went in?
how deep have you guys
So
went in?
I
on this
remember-
movie?
Me a lot.
Yeah.
I've heard about the LeBron James shit and the recording of them having sex. Like I'm into the trial. I've been watching the trial.
I've been watching the show that has the reenactments of the
Oh,
court
shit.
case.
I found a YouTuber that went through and explained everything and read like the testimonies and the stuff. But I got halfway through the first one and I'm like, I can't fucking focus on this.
Yeah.
There's too much going on,
That's funny.
and I kind of lost all interest.
Well, if I remember correctly, the first time this shit came out, you were going through the transcripts, like talking. This was before.
That was me and him.
Yeah. You guys were back and forth on it, and this was like before it got to trial, before he was arrested. Like he had just been arrested or something. It was like everything was new.
Yeah.
And now, like, we're in the thick of it. No pun intended again. But like, there's so much that's come out. Like so many, like the rubbing guys jizz on his nipples.
What? I need you guys to tell me like I'm stupid.
Well, they're okay.
Tell me like I'm.
Talk to her like we normally talk to her.
Talk to
I'm
me
gonna let
like-
Jordan get this.
I don't know the most deep details because the shit that I've been watching has been basically like clip reenactments and then like kind of explaining what everybody's trying, what both sides of the court whatever are trying to do. So like I've seen some reenactments from like the Kid Cudi shit, and
That's a wild
Cassie's
one.
What's the
testimony
Kid Cudi
himself.
shit?
Dude, he broke into Kid
Yeah.
Cudi's family's house and unwrapped their presents.
Yeah.
On Christmas. This shit's fucking weird, dude.
He's a villain. P. Diddy's a villain, but he's actually,
He does movie shit.
Yeah, he's a mental terrorist.
He
Oh
does
my God.
movie fucking shit. So goes into house, unwraps Christmas presents for family.
He's a fucking villain.
Yeah.
Locks a dog, locks like Kid Cudi's poor dog in a bedroom for hours.
He
I
watched
assume.
so much wrestling.
Something, bro. He was friends with Donald Trump until it wasn't cool to be friends with him anymore.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I don't know.
That
Diddy.
feels like he's just been watching too much wrestling, and it's like it's not real. You can't do that.
Well, no. Then he threw a Molotov cocktail in his car and blew it up.
No, that was on a movie, and they threw it at a cop car.
Diddy did this in
That
real
was
life.
it.
Well, Diddy allegedly did it or had somebody do it. There's so many D's.
It's just so it's
So
like
he's-
navigating the D is
he's kinda
impossible.
He's kind of like Manson, where he's making everybody else do it, so it's
Yeah.
not like he's did it.
He's like a Godfather, fucking like
Yeah.
mafia style, like.
And it's bad
Fuck.
boys for life. All right.
Yeah, like real shit. Like
Yeah.
he's like, I took out Suge. Like, you see him anymore? No.
Well, the weird thing was the Tootsie Roll thing. Did you see that? They said that one of the girls. So the first thing I was talking about was so Cassie had said that like she would be forced to have sex with these men, and then she'd have sex, and they would like nut on her, and then she would have to rub this other men's nut on Diddy's nipples, and then somebody else said they saw Diddy's dick, and it looked like a little tiny Tootsie Roll on like a bit, like it was like a Tootsie Pop, or a Tootsie Roll, like the little. It's the weird the details in this like entire court case is absolutely hilarious because like when you read it, it's like, is this real? Like,
well, it's not hilarious because like who you're explaining, like that was his assistant.
Yeah.
Like, and he forced her to have freak offs with him too.
Yeah, yeah.
And like have sex with him, and beyond all that, like it's just
let me say, when I say it's hilarious, I mean the details are hilarious.
Yeah,
I don't mean the allegations or like when you look at it as like a third party or like in our case, like somebody who's just like watching this shit.
It's unbelievable.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think you don't mean it like it's funny.
No. Like I don't mean like it's actually funny.
It is
like,
hilariously unbelievable.
That's like laughable. Like nobody who comes up with this shit.
Yeah.
Like this is not even in our realm of consciousness to like think that somebody could do this.
This is rich people shit. This is first world shit.
Absolute rich people shit. They're like, hey, I can do that shit that's in the movie.
But hold on,
It's
like,
like
I
they
can
got
do
bored
it.
doing other weird shit, so they just keep getting worse.
if the compensation is there though, like, are you considering how good's the money though? Because like that's the one thing they leave out of this is like how well were you paid? Like did you know what I mean?
I obviously not well enough.
Yeah,
I apparently no one's paid well enough for pain and suffering.
No.
But also like weird because consent always matters.
Yeah.
But you have to have some like backbone for yourself, which absolutely can be hard in this situation because he's a very powerful person with lots of
and there's
money.
blurred lines because people want to be famous.
Influence, yeah. Like if I could better my family's life and I got to do something that I don't want to tell somebody about, I might do it. You know,
are we talking about Diddy or are we talking about Chuck Jansen?
I'm sorry. Jansen never had Diddy level money.
That's true.
Some real shit, and like I don't. Thank God I was never coerced by Chuck Jansen.
Alleged Chuck Jansen. Alleged.
Yeah, allegedly or whatever.
Still an ongoing investigation. I mean,
I know he's weird.
Even if he did it, I don't trust the Howard County justice system to actually. They're just going to drop the ball in some way.
Oh my God!
Watch them do it over the last couple of years.
Taylor Schools doesn't have that shit on him anymore.
I mean, that's really what it feels like. It feels. I mean, we saw the shit with Karina's grandma and her having to deal with everything that happened with the guy who was on trial, who was found not guilty because they didn't have enough evidence, and then you know what I mean.
Him literally talking about it,
and then they had two people who were in the court system for Chad Rouse's situation, and then that shit gets dropped.
Was it because they was tried for murder and he didn't actually murder them, and so now he has to go back to court for like coercion or something?
Because like there's a different, like I think the argument there is, did he murder her or did she OD and then he disposed of the body? And I think that's where like
if
they didn't do a good enough.
I feel like he should be also charged with murder.
I mean, I agree too. Ask Mac Miller's killer. I mean, they got him for selling him the drugs or giving him the drugs. The problem is all this shit happened. She passed away. They hid it, and then it took years and years for them to actually. They knew because the crazy thing that I don't tell people, and I may have brought it up a long time ago, but I don't talk about it a lot just because it was so awkward. Was I lived in the alleyway of where everything happened. Like it wasn't when it happened, but it was after, and the cops were constantly over there, like the detectives. So I will give them a little credit for that. They were always doing their due diligence, but like they knew they had an idea.
Yeah.
They just didn't take their hunch. And I don't know how much evidence you need to like do these searches and stuff, but they knew they had some evidence. I know that there was like,
but her body wasn't there anymore, so they wouldn't have found her anyway.
Yeah, and then it wasn't there like within 24 hours. It was gone, right? And that what we learned through everything is like within. Then they hid it in like Peru in a trailer court or something.
It was out in Missinawall.
But yeah, like in that Peru, Missinawall area.
The burden of proof is on the state.
I know,
always
the city
and and there's nothing we can say that like can excuse the fact that like we have inept police, we have inept like judicial like staff and staffing and prosecutors and things like that. They're not doing their actual job. Like, and in all these cases, if these people were being charged with the wrong thing, they find ways to charge people with all sorts of things all the time. Like, I think maybe they get too lax at their job. They're like, oh yeah, this is slam dunk. But like people do have lawyers. People will lawyer up.
Yeah.
And you have like the burden of proof is on you as a state to like fucking.
You got to have a slam dunk case.
You have to, and I know there's so much hearsay when it comes to Karina, and I know that the outrage with Chad, and I don't think I'm supposed to talk about that because like
yeah, you pissed off the family in some way, right?
I don't know. I have family history with that family in some cases. I grew up for a very brief time with Chad. And
I knew Chad a little bit in high school. Like I think he was older than me. That's the same age as you, right? Like a year or two?
He was around the same.
Maybe a year older than you.
I was young when I was around Chad. My dad dated his mom. They lived together for a very for a decent amount of time. That they were in my life in some capacity. What I remember of them, I do not like. I apparently offended the family by saying that, and I didn't mean to offend the family.
Well, you didn't need to say it. Huh? Well, you didn't need to say that part. You could have just said, I hope. I
guess.
But it is your truth. I mean, at the end of the day, if that's how you feel about it, you should be able to say it.
I wasn't trying to stir no pots or nothing.
What did you say? I mean, you said something like, I don't really like them, but...
I was like, I never really liked Chad, but like this is an absolute like travesty.
Yeah, he still deserves justice.
All of this is bullshit because like how are we gonna live here and know that like, all right, man, if I get killed, like they might like solve it. Maybe, but then like there might not be any justice for it. So like it's hard. Like we all have kids here and things like that. Like
it feels like every murder case that comes, every time somebody gets murdered in this town, nothing happens. It's kind of, I'm not saying every time, but like it feels like there's so many major, like Destiny Pittman. We all know the names: Karina McClurkin, Destiny Pittman, Chad Rouse. I think there's even one more that my brain's not computing right now, but we've got a few different young people who were murdered in cold blood that like nothing's really come of any of it.
Well, it's almost like they shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
You know, and like that's not how we treat people. Even if they shouldn't have been somewhere they shouldn't have been or whatever. That's not that's
they shouldn't
not the point.
Get killed for that. Like,
And it like we live in a society where laws have been set up where we are supposed to be able to solve crimes. Like help people.
That's where our tax money goes.
We're supposed to be protected. They're supposed to be protecting us.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't
feel very safe if they're letting these people out.
I have such weird feelings right now, like politically, with like how our city is and like. I don't like it. I don't, and you know, even as much good as maybe around the city, like they're not fixing the problems, and I don't even think they see the problems as problems.
Yeah.
Can I say something like I want to say it very vaguely because it has to do with my family, but like I have a family member that he recently was let out of jail.
Yeah.
And he was in jail for like a really bad crime that he did.
Yeah.
And it's scary because I don't know him well enough to be like, okay, I want to welcome this person back into my family.
Yeah.
And we recently had like a cookout or something, and he was there, and I was not told he was going to be there. And it's like, it's scary to me that he's my family, and I don't know that anything's going to happen. But like, they're letting these other people out that have done things like that, and I don't know that they're going to be okay. Like. Yeah. I don't know that he's going to be okay. I don't know that these people are going to be okay, but like they just let them out and expect them to just be fine. And like,
is there a proper, like, to me, the big thing, and I think something we've learned since, like, the George Floyd and everything, something we've all kind of pointed at when defund the police had a lot less to do with, like, you know, literally defunding the police and more like putting more money into mental health and drug advocacy and different things that actually can fix this.
Okay, so my cousin, he...
you don't have to get into it if you don't want to.
It's fine. It's fine. Because he went to the hospital multiple times to get help.
Yeah.
And he said the voices in his head were telling him to kill his grandpa. and he went to the hospital and said, hey, this is bothering me. I need to get help. And they turned him away.
Yeah.
So he went back home and they did it again. And he went back to the hospital and he said, I'm very scared that this is going to happen. They're telling me to do it. And they said they were out of room.
Yeah.
And they just turned him away twice. He went back home and he killed his grandpa.
Yeah.
It viciously, brutally murdered his grandpa.
I think I remember that in the news here. But, I remember seeing something.
I probably told you about it too.
Well, I mean, and there was a big news story about it locally. I'm pretty sure.
And, he's out now and he's medicated and he's taking care of himself and he was on probation and he was released. So they think that, so he is by law mentally stable and able to go back into society. But
yeah,
it's scary.
It's
the Joker's
scary.
back out there. You know what I mean?
It's I don't know. Cause he was my closest in age cousin, but he also got into stuff that I wasn't into, like drugs and stuff. And so he wasn't really around. So I'm really close to some of my cousins, but not so much him. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's everybody's so welcoming to him back and want him to get back into the family stuff. And I'm I don't know.
You're there's a murderer in here, guys.
Yeah.
It's Among Us.
He killed his family.
You have Among Us in your fucking family cookout. Yeah. You're somebody's the murderer. We actually all know who it is, but we can't say anything.
And it's I want to feel like I can trust it. And I feel like I'm the only one in my family that realizes the things that could happen, that I'm aware of the possibilities. And they're oh, he's fine, he's medicated, he's doing so good. I'm
when you say viciously killed someone,
Cortni viciously kill your cousin.
I might.
I'm just kidding.
No, this
is a comedy podcast. We are bringing it down.
He beat the shit out of him with a frying pan and he wasn't dying fast enough, so he slit his throat.
Shit, dude. Well, speaking of frying pans, did you guys hear about this? A mom was forced to pay her toddler $2,000 in damages after cracking an egg on her head for a TikTok trend. Okay, so this is crazy. A Swedish mother has been ordered to pay her young daughter over $2,000 after being convicted of harassment for participating in a viral TikTok prank. The incident, which took place in 2023, involved a mother cracking a raw egg on her daughter's head. And then she got sued. She got sued by her own daughter. She owes her daughter $2,000. I feel like the money's going to the same place. What do you think?
There's a video of me throwing eggs at my kids for a TikTok trend or some shit.
Something's going on with your mic. Will you not? I think you keep fucking with your cable or something. Is it a Twitch thing? No, this happened on TikTok, not Twitch. Sorry. Heyo. Got her. No, I mean, it's interesting that you can be sued by your own kid through the state. So the state, on behalf of her daughter, sued the mother who had to pay $2,000 in damages to the daughter, which in essence, gives it right back to the mother, right? Right?
No.
To go to the insurance?
No, because they have these new laws, for these reasons, because people are profiting off their children. I don't know, if you've seen any of the documentaries and shit about, the TikTok influencers and shit, and
you love documentaries, dude. You're like a documentary guy.
Well, I mean,
you learn a lot from those.
I work.
The more you know.
So.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy. You don't have to. The good thing about documentaries, and this kind of is, you don't have to look at the screen in order to listen. You can learn a lot just by listening. So it's like a podcast. In
Absolutely. I can't remember the names of some of them.
Yeah.
But they had to make laws for this because people were in not shocking, we're making money off of TikTok, Facebook, different YouTube, and different things like that because of their kids.
We're talking about Ryan's World right now.
Yeah, you take Ryan's World, you take any of the other
any family.
Yeah.
Can I interject a little bit though? I feel like this has existed since the beginning of the time because people, the funny thing is farmers used to have kids in order to have free labor.
Yeah.
It's this is not a new phenomenon. It's just now it's internet. I know.
And you can't tell me that Macaulay Culkin and Britney Spears weren't exploited by their family.
Yeah. But those are actually kind of in the same vein. I'm talking about just physical labor. At least now it's just, their mental health. You give a shit, about their mental health.
I think now they're trying to make sure that the kids have their own shit set up in a way that they are really getting paid, and it's not it just goes in the family pocket.
And then they end up broke and used and on the internet.
I think that's the problem is we had everything come out about how all these kids were abused when they were younger working, and it's coming from that.
Well, even some of these kids now, that shit, they really were getting abused or to be fucking fair, fair, man. Cracking an egg over somebody's that's humiliation. Did you ask your kid? Like, did you make sure that like, hey, this is okay? Like, they're like, consent fucking matters, bro. Like
it's a good question. I mean, it's good. I mean, I agree in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, I'm like, come on, this is an egg on your head. Like, I remember that Jimmy Kimmel challenge with the kids where he like, cry? I'm sure. It's as a toddler, which is hilarious. Like, I don't think the toddler is going to remember. Yeah. But the Jimmy Kimmel challenge, you guys remember when he was like having parents set their kids down on like November 1st and being like, I ate all your candy, I'm sorry. And these kids are like freaking out and crying, or giving them a present and they open it up and it's like a fucking avocado or something. Yeah. Like, there was all these different things where it's basically like, hey, you want to humiliate your kids and end up on Jimmy Kimmel? Nobody's suing Jimmy Kimmel.
I think that's different because it's like a one-time thing. You have a lot of these parents that are like, it's a routine. Hey, we got to make these. We have to make content. I
saw a video like that.
Here, like, we make content here. Yeah. Like it's a grind. You have to work. It takes time. It takes people's time and things like that. It's no different, especially if you're doing it on a daily and you're like, that's your job because you're homeschooling your children.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting argument. I feel like both sides of that argument could be pretty compelling, because like, when you have kids, that they're your responsibility. Like, right, if you kill them, you get in trouble. If you don't feed them, you get in trouble. There's so many things you have to do to have kids, and it is like a right and a responsibility, and it's something you have to deal with. But at the same time, like, if you use your kids to help pay for their food, now all of a sudden you're not allowed to do that without their consent. And it becomes a whole conversation, because like, where does consent, like with kids, where does consent begin?
Consent for sex, but they can consent about their money.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things. That's where I know. Well, I'm happy it was you. I was getting there. I'm just kidding. I wasn't.
I think, aren't we in a culture like we're shifting towards that? We see that in NCAA, where like college athletes across the board are getting some sort of compensation.
Well, but you're talking about adults at that point. We're not talking about kids. That kind of punted it a little bit to adult.
I mean, they're 18 years old, just out of high school. Yeah. They're still kids in a sense, and they were being exploited by the college systems.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on how you ask.
It's just on a smaller scale.
Well, I mean, I feel like exploitation is the name of the game of every. I mean, there's not really a system that doesn't exploit in some way, because even if like you do like a completely like communist or socialist system, somebody's still going to get exploited, because somebody's not going to want to work the fields that's enforced to work the fields. If the argument is everybody is equal, we all get the same money, but you have to do manual labor and this guy doesn't because of his brain, they're getting exploited in some way. So there's really no way not to exploit people. But I do think there is a difference between an 18-year-old and like a kid. I think keeping it into like a toddler or like a 9-year-old, like that, the whole thing with Ryan, that kid is like a household name. He's on fucking Amazon Prime every day. Like, there's videos, there's movies and shit. I mean, Macaulay Culkin's an argument, or any of these kids that over time have been exploited. I think we're all more self-aware of this shit over time. But I think we're trending towards, like you said, through a positive, where we're trying to find a way to protect people who can't protect themselves.
There's ethics to that.
Yeah.
Like, your kids have fucking say.
Yeah.
Like, I like, they're still your kids, but they still have say. They're still a human.
Yeah.
They're a developing human, and hopefully, like, you are raising them to be able to speak for themselves, and hopefully, like, in my house we speak freely. Like a real thing that we like, so like, I don't know, like, I've never, like, even like when we've had like kids do stuff with us, like our kids and things like that, like if I've ever asked Ace or any of my kids to do it, hey, we're doing this thing, you don't have to do it. If you want to, this is what it is. It's going to be like stupid. But but like, like, we've never used our kids in an exploitive way. We've just, hey, can we add them in the background, and know what I mean? And like, we've never turned that shifted that. Like, hey kids, we have to do this thing because
it's always
you
been
know
like,
what
hey, you want to do this for us?
Yeah. It's not, hey, you're a part of the Kokomo Press family.
Yeah. You have to do it now.
Like,
yeah.
When we ask him to do stuff, like you've had Nathaniel like write stories. Like he did the one in the room with Brian.
With the elf and everything.
Oh yeah. Well, he wanted to do that. That's the thing is like all our kids consent to this stuff. I mean, you have yours. I mean, we've all had kids in different
wants to do the same kind of thing
but
we
we're
all
not
do.
like forcing them to do it. We're not like
or humiliating them or anything
Yeah.
like that, which is kind of the crux of this argument.
So if you have your children do this like on the daily and you're profiting for them, at what point is like they still have consent on the daily? Hey, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I like the concept. I feel like we have to admit that as a society, it's a new concept because like kids did not have a choice if they were going to be exploited. You know, it's as long as 100 years ago.
Were ones that had to volunteer,
and not even actors. I'm talking about manual labor. I'm talking about like kids worked in factories 100 years ago. You know what I mean? Like weird shit like that. And then on top of it, like you said, the more modern would be like social media and kid acting and YouTube and all these things. Yeah. So it is. I think we're trending toward. You've got the oldest kids in here, Sean. Like you got the oldest.
I was going to say, not to play devil's advocate, but how much are we going to get to a point where there's too much letting children make their own decisions and then they just turn into monster adults, and then we have a society of monster adults because kids were allowed to have a say over every decision in their life? Like, that could be a thing that happens from this as well.
You can see it with celebrity kids. Like celebrity kids are usually the weirdest fucking kids on the planet, and it's because they literally have there's no filter. Like their filter is like they get to decide every decision, and then you get a bunch of Jaden Smiths running around who are wild as hell. And it's like you definitely need to have like both. I feel like we're balancing that now. I think as a society to figure out like. Because like it's weird. Like here's one really good example, and I think it's been brought up before over time. Is like we literally just changed the consent age for smoking cigarettes to 21.
Yeah,
it was 18, and so like we're literally saying like kids should have body autonomy. They should be able to consent. They should decide if they want to be humiliated on the internet or not, or be exploited, or they should decide their gender, or they should decide their sexuality, or they should decide what kind of schooling they want to go to, or what classes they want to take. We have all this entire spectrum of what we think kids should be allowed to do, but then we're also saying you cannot smoke, you cannot drink, you cannot, you know what I mean? And it's like we're going two different directions. We're pulling two different directions depending upon the situation.
There's like a big split between that, though. It's not like a black and white thing. I don't think it's like some people do it to the extreme, but I think that some people don't do it enough.
Oh yeah, I think like, you're right.
No,
you
you're
have
exactly
to be in
right.
that simple middle where like you're letting your kids have some freedom to make decisions, but you also want to be able to influence those decisions because you want them to go in the right path.
Yeah.
But you want it to be their idea.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to say, hey, you probably shouldn't do this. This would be a good idea. And she'd be like, you know what? That is a good idea. But it was hers. Like,
yeah, in a way. And like also there's that concept of like you tell your kids like don't do this, you're going to regret it, and then they're like no I won't, and then they make the decision and then they regret it and they come back and they say you were right the whole time. And it's like they have to learn that lesson, but also you're as a parent, your whole job, or you think your whole job is to try to save them from making the same mistakes you did.
Yeah.
But everybody's going to make the same mistakes. It's just the way.
It's like I don't think that I would be the person I am if I didn't make those mistakes now.
Yeah.
And I don't
You want your daughters to almost have kids in high school.
Yeah. Fuck you.
I'm just kidding.
I wouldn't have my kids if I wouldn't have had sex in high school.
Exactly.
Fuck you.
I'm just playing. We're all kind of like right around that. I mean, we're not, it's not that crazy. We all made such decisions.
But like, I want to, when I see her making the bad mistakes I made, I want her to be aware that like there is another decision you can make that's not going to lead down the path that's bad. Like, I don't want her to be like, I'm going to sneak out of the house and I'm going to go stay with a boy. Yeah. And like, I'm not going to, when she gets home, I'm not going to beat the shit out of her and make her feel bad for herself. I'm like,
yeah, you're going to call me. I'm going to do it.
No, like,
beat your kids. Just kidding.
Like, I don't know. It's
I think we're all making the right. I think you're doing the right thing. I think letting your kids, but also I feel like our kids are all mental cases.
Our kids are also.
Can we admit that?
God, teenagers are fucking.
They're all
worse.
mental cases. I feel like do you guys? I remember being a mental case, but like internally as a kid.
Yeah. I feel
now
like
they're all externally mental cases, and it's way worse. Can we admit that? Like we fucked up a little bit by.
We fucked up because we got too close to them.
Yeah, like we're trying to be their fucking friend.
We were more friends.
Our parents used to like let us do whatever the fuck we wanted, and we would make these decisions, and then we would cry in our rooms and pretend to kill ourselves with like scratching
and not talk to our parents about it at all, and lie to them if anything.
Now my kids will come up to me and they tell me way too many things, and I'm like, "Whoa, girl."
Yeah, same.
I'm like,
but we've talked about this before on the way to comedy. We are the most self-aware generation that there has ever been.
Oh yeah.
But I think we're overcorrecting in a way.
I agree.
Like I feel like we got to a point where it was like, I think I'm doing a really good job as a parent, and then our kids turn into teenager, and you're like, oh fuck, they're just like us.
Yeah.
I parent with guilt because I always feel guilty that my kids don't have a female influence. So a lot of my parenting is guilt based, and I sit around and I think, man, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have just let them have so much freedom because, you know, I have to work and I do comedy and I do all the things I do, and I'm a single dad. So a lot of the time I just end up feeling bad about it.
Because you're not around as much. Like, because you're
I let them tell me things, and my 14-year-old daughter tells me way more than I'd ever want to hear.
I don't know. It's this weird thing because like I've had this rule, especially like with Ace. Like I have it with all my kids.
You're very close with your kids though, in a way that I don't feel like I am.
Well, I try to be. Like I have to overly compensate because two of my sons, they live in North Carolina.
It's just been you and Ace for a really long time.
Yeah. So like with Ace, it's so weird because he's officially a senior now, and like this is the last big
Cass
like,
just graduated kindergarten.
I know. So like, but I feel so weird with him because I feel a sense of accomplishment because like he works 2 jobs. He's in school, obviously, but also working on his cosmetology license, planning on going afterwards for like barbering school, and like really planning for his future. And I'm just like, hey, I helped with that. I didn't fuck that up.
You did a good job.
Yeah. So like it.
See, I've got one of those that's like planning their whole career and stuff, and she's doing.
You're right.
The career center stuff.
Yeah, but like that shit makes me happy because I'm just like, okay, I didn't like fuck him up, but like Ace is pretty open with me. We've always had a pretty open relationship, and even the things I didn't want to hear, I'm like, all right, I do appreciate that he like.
No, I would never tell my kids that I'm like, ugh. Like I will absolutely talk to them about the grossest shit I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
But like,
I don't think so.
I don't want them to like
the grossest shit you've ever experienced. Let's go back.
It feels much.
Sean and I looked at each other like, okay.
It feels much closer when it's coming from a child.
Oh, I know. I mean, you have 2 daughters, and
I feel like I'm at that weird age with my kids where like they're still young enough to where they're my babies, but they're like getting like maturing, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
So like they're still in that weird stage where we don't know what to do with each other.
Yeah.
Because they're getting older, and I don't know how to take care of them anymore.
Well, at least you guys don't have to worry about your kid being bigger than you. So that's the one thing. Yeah. It's like you might have to.
Yeah, right? Mine are both taller than me already.
But mine, I'm not just saying tall. I mean, he's big. My son probably has like I've lost enough weight now that he's got weight on me now. He didn't used to have weight on me. He was just tall.
Can share clothes.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You guys are all tiny.
It's so weird.
I mean, if you were to fight your daughters, do you think you'd win?
Yeah,
I think easily.
Absolutely.
For me, I think I would win, but I think I'd actually probably get fucked up a little bit. He's a big boy. He's a big kid.
Together and
he fucked. Well, that was because I didn't know he was gonna fucking lower the shoulder. What a little bitch, right? He fucked my ankle and my wrist up. I went down.
Yeah.
And I got up, and his buddy was looking at me. He's like, I didn't. And he was like, dude, you clearly just offensive foul. That was clear. It was fun. I ended up shooting and winning the game, and then not being able to walk for a week. But
hey,
I think that's part of it though. Like we all kind of have a full gambit of kids. Like that's the one thing about that we all can say we have in common as well as we all have a ton of kids. We don't just have like one or two.
I feel like him with Ace though. He's seeing the end picture. Like yours have jobs now, and you see that he's like trying to get our future.
Wow,
And mine is like, I'm sorry, I'm fucking sorry,
right.
and I don't even know why I did it.
I know.
It's because I'm thinking about my kids.
It's okay.
And like mine are still like younger to where I don't know whether they're going to be okay or not. So like,
well, I see it across like because we have Ace and Nathaniel, and they're the oldest. So and like see them, and then we have everybody that's kind of in the middle.
Yeah,
like we from Ace and from Damien and Allie to Jalen and Carter.
Yeah,
like. Because there's
like you don't know how well you've done with those yet.
Well, you can see can see them. You like I can kind of see. Okay, like I need to like push this one to do a little bit more of anything. You know what I mean? Or like this one's doing pretty good. You got to treat them all differently because they're all different. But like I think they're all doing good. Like, and they're all gonna learn. So like,
yeah.
You guys are both doing a fantastic job with your kids.
Trying.
Good job, Sean. Your kids are. I mean, how old is your youngest?
My youngest, Maggie, will be a freshman this year.
Okay, so you've got one younger than mine.
Yeah. But
I thought yours were older than mine too.
Well, my son's Andrew will be 21. He's been graduated for 2 years. Caleb just finished school. He'll be 18. So 21, 18, and 14.
Yeah. And I mean, we're looking at you. I think you've got Cass, who's so much younger.
He's
like we
sick,
both have younger, and then we also have
He's
older.
a first grader now.
And then you have a bunch of in the middle, and then the two olders.
I have middle schoolers and high schoolers.
Yeah.
So
that's why I was like in the middle. Like,
yeah.
And the high school is like early high school, like freshman, about to be sophomore, I think.
Yeah,
Nathaniel's
about to be sophomores.
Because he's the same age as mine, Nathaniel. They were in class together at one point. But I mean,
my kids know Ace.
How do you feel about like okay, so when you look back at your parenting now and like or look forward to your parenting, you can kind of say both ways. At the timeline of parenting, because we're all parents. That's something we all definitely have in common. But we're also people that have hobbies, and a lot of parents don't have hobbies. I don't know if you've talked to other kids. I learned pretty quickly that like Nathaniel's friends will come over and they'll be like, my mom, my dad, their hobbies are watching a TV show, and our hobbies are like a wrestling podcast or comedy or being a photographer and like the show running and doing things with the Kokomo Press. And then what we do, I was going to say being a fucking hoe bag, but I was just joking.
Being a big hoe bag.
Maybe I'm just kidding. You're not a hoe bag. But like we all have like legitimate like dreams and hobbies outside of like consuming. We actually create. We don't just consume. A lot of people only consume. That's their hobby, is consuming. We create. And that's a different, when you grow up in a household of creation. So is there a part of you that's like, okay, you've been able to kind of steward Ace and kind of like be the gentle hand that guides Ace throughout like the processes of what he's dealing with in his life, but you don't have necessarily that type of hold over Jalen and
Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter. What the hell? I fuck that up every time. I don't know the name of his kids either. I only know hers, and that's because I've known them since they were babies.
Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see that every day. Like,
is it like? Are you worried a little bit that you don't have that guiding hand?
No, because like I we still have a relationship.
You do.
And I can still like I can see the things that they're doing.
Is it a different type
how
of
well they're doing?
Is it a different type of like guiding hand? Because like I feel like you might actually have the better between us, because like when you give advice, it might mean more because they're like, hey, you know, if Dad's telling me this, it's because he wants me to know it. Like
maybe I don't
feel like
know.
There's that.
I try to make sure like when I talk to them, especially them, like that like I don't say the dumbest thing, you know, ever. But like I don't know. I just
they get the polished version of you.
No, I think I'm my most happiest when I have all my kids around.
Yeah.
Because like I just feel like my most complete. So like I don't know. Like I just worry about I focus on the moments then. like that I have, that I can have, and when I can have them, and like and I appreciate them all year round, but when everyone's together, it's just like
well, I ask for it's a very selfish reason to ask, because Sean, you're a single father, you have all your kids with you, Cortni has all her kids with you. 100%. I'm actually dealing now with my son spending every other week this summer with his mom. So every other week my son will not be here. So this is the first time in my life that like we're not in the same city or close by, and typically when and this isn't a slight to my ex or anything, but typically I've had physical custody since he was like 4, like physical custody. So like now he's at that age where I'm like, you make your decision, bub. He's about to be 15 in July. So I'm like, if you want to go spend a week with your mom, if you don't, then you have to have that conversation with her, but there needs to be some communications. And this is the first week that he's, he got out of school on Wednesday. She picked him up from school, dropped him off here to grab his stuff, and then they went, and then he's been gone till this next Wednesday. And so every other week this summer, he's supposed to be in Evansville and he's supposed to be in Kokomo, Evansville, Kokomo, back and forth. And I've never dealt with it. So to me,
get sick of that fast.
I think he will. But like, I'm leaving that up as a parent. I'm doing that guy. It's the guiding hand is what I always say. Like, when they get older, we're less of a driving force. Like, I feel like we have 2 hands on their shoulders when they're little, because we're just like, go here, go there. We drive you here. But then you get to the point where you're just like, you're kind of guiding them where they go. You're not like telling them or forcing them.
That's where I feel like I'm at, because mine are like, hey, I'm supposed to do this. I'm like, then do it.
Yeah, just do it. Like, I'm not doing it for you.
I can't do it for you forever.
Yeah, I can tell you, it's like that lead the horse of water, but I can't make you drink.
Your kids, your kids ever ask you, hey, is there anything like you need me to do?
No, absolutely not. What do you mean?
Hopefully eventually they'll
for money maybe.
But
no, mine don't even want money.
Yeah, especially if they want something, and you're coming to that point, they're gonna be like, hey, I need $20. But like my answer is usually like, bro, you got eyes, just look around. If you see something, like do something, you live here. But like I forgot where I was going. Not gonna lie.
It's funny because we started off talking about the judicial system and the craziness of Diddy, got into like serious stuff, then we got into like being parents and shit. I feel like this is gonna be less of a comedy podcast and more of like we're just like a trauma dump.
I'm okay with that.
I'm alright with it too.
It's like we haven't seen Jordan forever.
I know, right? And he always brings that out of us. You were always like the group therapist, if we're being honest.
Oh well, I'm happy. Happy I could be something.
It's funny. Well, I mean, it's been a minute since we've had you in. I mean, a lot of people, have asked questions and we've been really open with everything, telling everybody like, hey man, he just wanted to step away. He thought like he was just too busy and had a lot going on. I mean, wrestling was always like your first love, and it felt like when we started this podcast, you and I, we were like, we didn't know what it was going to be. We were just like, let's fucking just get on a mic and talk for a little bit. Cortni was like, I want to come on as often as you guys can have me on. And Brian was like, I'll do it if you make me. This is before Sean really got close with us too. And it's like when we started all of this off, we like didn't know what it was going to be, and immediately you kind of linked up with Con with the In Your House podcast and was like, and you're like, I'm the podcaster too. Like, what's up? And then honestly, you took over a lot of producing stuff with that and became like the producer extraordinaire. So it made the most sense. Like, if you were going to step away from something, it would be this, because you have such, like, we're talking about that guiding hand over here. You had a lot to do with with a lot of the success we did and did a lot, but over there you're a lot more hands on with that whole process.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, even with In Your House, I don't have a lot of like hands on.
No,
because everything that I was doing like with them, I was like feeding down and like, hey, you can do this. This is how you do it. So like, they run their own shit. They have I
feel like you are a lot of that, because they didn't do any visuals before you got there. No,
I helped to like show people, hey, this is
exactly. You guided it in the beginning,
but now I don't do a whole lot. I 100%, man. I got tired. I felt like I work a lot at work now, but like I just want to get my money straight so I can do some things. Like,
and your schedule's completely switched. When everything happened, you were like basically got told like you can't do anything in the evenings, and that's when we did everything. So it made things difficult.
Then we went from having just a podcast every Sunday to then doing a mic every Thursday as well. And then
it got
very busy.
You see how Cortni looked at me like fuck you, Jordan. Like it was me. It was Brian and me. I mean, to be honest,
I'm not complaining about it.
To me, it's like trying to find a way to. Okay, so like, here's some inside baseball. Like, Kokomo Kokomo Press, we've been around for, I think, 5 years, probably going closer to 6 years. And I think we started this in the late 2019, maybe, I think.
Like right before COVID. So.
Well, I mean, COVID was 2020. So I think like we started at like late 2019. So we're coming up on 6 years in this fall. And when Brian and I started it, we didn't know what we were going to do because we were doing Kokomo Scanner 2.0, lost that. And then we were like, if we're going to rebrand, let's rebrand as like a fake news page. And then from there, we were like, what the fuck do we do next? Because like, we're putting all this time and effort into shit, but like monetization wise, like there wasn't a lot of money to be made in this. It was a lot of spending and a lot of time and there's not a lot to take out of this shit. There just isn't. And I feel like
we had big thoughts, but we never thought we would actually be able to do that.
That's why we added you, but then you lost weight and we no longer had a big thought.
Stop it.
I'm just kidding. I had to. She's gonna kick my ass. No, you look great, by the way. I can tell you've actually been putting the work in even more to like tighten up and losing the weight. And I mean, that's the funny thing that Brian and I have been joking about is like we're all like getting hot. This is gonna be a hot boy summer, hot press summer, like fresh off the press. Let's do it. Let's do a fucking calendar. I think it's about time. Who's gonna take the photos though? Me and you. I'll take the ones of you. You take the ones of me.
Okay.
Because I can't give a fucking camera to Sean. He'll just put me in blurry.
I can do the video camera.
Yeah, he says that. Brian can't do the video camera or any of it. He fucks it all up every time.
I can't do the regular camera, but I can do the video camera.
But we've had so many plans over the years. But one of the biggest problems that we've had was like, how do you monetize a page that pisses off every business in town? And that's the thing is like we piss off people a lot, and people are scared to fuck with us. That's a fact. And I think we figured it out. And the way we do it is we do our own comedy shows, and then we also like we branch out of town. Because the one thing that these out of towners want to be able to say is, ooh, our producers this week are guys who have 30,000 followers on social media. But our locals in town are like, ooh, we can't touch them because they've hurt our feelings. So we've actually found, I think we found this out in the last 6 months, Brian and I, we get more love outside of Kokomo than we do in Kokomo. Because
nobody doing anything in Kokomo besides the main people in Kokomo get any love.
Yeah, it's literally, I mean, it's the people that are going to play the game and the politics game. This year, it's probably going to be we lost our venue. That happened while when you stepped away, we lost our venue. I blame you. Just kidding.
It might be my fault.
It's not your fault. No, we lost our venue, and then we've been working around with Outhouse. I don't know if you guys know, but every Thursday we are at Outhouse Records right now, the original Thursday comedy open mic. That doors open at 7 p.m. The show starts at 8. Yeah, it's a different vibe in there. We've noticed it's become very much a comics mic, and part of that is because there's not food, there's not drinks. We have pushed people towards the coterie or go over to Cook's. We don't give a shit where you go, just get some drinks and come back.
It's not we don't get the
But this week was the first time I've done producing outside of Kokomo Press, and that was at Quackers Comedy Club at Mucky Duck Pub. That was in Greenwood, Indiana. Aisha the comedian was the headliner. This was kind of like the vibe you can kind of see of it. It's very much, if you went to the second Marawambi premiere, it's the same location that they did it there. And there was a nice little group we had there, including Maya Smith, if you guys know Maya, Evan Ham, Mike Shaw, Aisha the comedian, Kevin Hartstone, and then the other one who wasn't there anymore was Andrew Irving. He did some time too, but that's something that that's the first time I produced outside of shows that we've ran, and it really was smooth. I actually have another one set up. We have a Pride show at the end of June. We're doing a big Pride show. The host's going to be a drag queen. It's going to be a comedy show / music show. It's going to be ran by Brandon Stetler, if you guys know Brandon. Oh yeah. But we're going to get into more producing shows. You just did photography, Cortni, like this last week. Talk about a little bit about that, because you're getting into that.
The bands at Outhouse, they're going to start offering for when you do the local shows and stuff. They're going to start offering photography, like $100 extra, and I get to do that.
Yeah, and you make the money out of it, right? So Cortni's going from taking photos from the mic in the beginning, where she's like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what. Now she's at the point where I'm messaging you like, hey, tell me how to fix this.
I taught Jordan how to do it.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, what do I do here? I'm having an issue with this. Yeah. And I'm going to rely on you for that, because I know you're good at it. So it's kind of like we're all trying to figure out how to, we're show running, we're doing producing, we're doing shows. And then last night, of course, myself, Sean, and Brian, and I say last night, I mean Saturday, we were at the high mark for the first time they've ever done a live band and comedy. It went really, really well. Cool. And we got paid. So that's the main thing. And it was a really fun time. Wonderlick is the band. They're really great. Craig Swiverland's the one that hooked us up with the gig. They're such a solid band. Like, we were talking about it all night. Like, they were really good. It's a cover band, so they do a lot of songs
Yeah.
But like, there's not a weak link. Like, the guitar's good, the bass is good, the drums is good. The singing's phenomenal. Like, normally you see a cover band and one area is usually like, ooh, the bass sucks.
But they went from like, did everything from like the Beatles to like The Weeknd, like from the 60s to 2020.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They did a Get Lucky by Daft Punk. All night to get lucky. That was cool shit. That's Pharrell too, right? Yeah. It's great shit. And to me, my main thing is we've got so much going on now that we're like trying to figure it out. Like, what do we do next? Like, how do we monetize in a way that makes sense for what we're doing, but also we don't extend ourselves? Because
it's crazy because we all have separate things going on too.
Yeah.
It's usually all of us doing it together, but this weekend it was like I had my photography stuff. You had a show. I was
producing. Sean, you were in Newcastle.
Yeah, me and Brian had a show in Newcastle with TJ Cartwright on Friday night.
Yeah, and I heard you murdered. You even got asked to come back.
I do comedy.
You murdered. Give it go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sean. My big thing, I think one of the things, we all kind of set goals this year in the beginning of the year. And I mean, I think so far, you're killing your goal.
My goal was to do at least 5 paid gigs that were not Kokomo Press booked events.
Yeah. And so far, I think you're what, 3? 3?
Yeah, I'm at 3.
So it's not even halfway through the year yet, technically. Yeah. Well, I guess today's tomorrow's June 1st, but yeah. We're just now getting halfway, and you've already got over halfway done. So, and you'll probably get more and more and more. Yeah, I mean, that's the main thing. The main thing is everybody evolves this year in some way. And I think with you doing the photography, I've been trying to push you.
I have to get confident in what I'm doing.
Yeah, because she'll post and she'll be like, I guess I'm doing photography. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're great. You do a great job. Yeah, Don't sell yourself short. Well, you've learned so much.
Not only the comedy, we did write a full-length movie.
Hey, donut hose. Oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to do that. I don't know. I'm supposed to say that out there. Which we're all going to be in, hopefully. I mean, I think we just got Belle on board for one of the funniest roles.
Now he's peer pressured. Now he has to do it.
Oh, no,
we talked before. We gave him a little bit.
I told him I was down for whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I had to take a break because, like, stuff started, like, not being fun for me.
Yeah.
Like,
starts to feel like you have to.
Everything started to feel like a fucking job. So, on the real, like, it's just, I had to take a break. So I took a break from everything.
Yeah.
In your house shit, like, we set that shit up. So, like, everybody like runs and functions their own, like, it's a network of podcasters that like they're all able to just kind of do their own thing now.
Yeah.
Like now I can just come in and like roll out of bed on a Sunday and kind of like hop in and just talk about wrestling when I feel like it.
Yeah.
And that's fun for me now. So like I just like that. I hate like that I stepped away from like Kokomo Press shit, but like it became a lot, and like I couldn't balance everything.
And I mean, like, tell me a little bit about, like, okay, let's talk a little bit about comedy. I mean, is that something you are still interested in doing, or are you kind of like?
So I'm not gonna lie to you, like, when I'm ever which may be sooner rather than later, I don't know.
Yeah, I never know what the job.
Yeah. I like if I ever like get off the shift that I'm off, I'll probably be more regular doing comedy, like and do some stuff, because I still write stuff, and I feel like I still like think about stuff because I enjoy this. It just like at the time I think a lot of things were compounding, and I realized that like my kids were getting fucking older.
Yeah,
like I'm missing a lot of time with them, and like as you were talking about with Nathaniel going back and forth to Bloomington, like we would bring Jay and Carter here for like half the summer, and like that's great, but like 2.5 months straight, they're missing out on a lot of things that they maybe want to do there, or they maybe want to do with like their friends or their mom and stuff like that. So we had to figure out how can I like see them more, but like it be like stretched out, and how can like I do that financially, because like going back and forth to North Carolina, it should be tough. You know, I think we're still in Biden's economy, but I don't know anymore. Like
inflation's down a lot.
I know things still cost a lot.
I know, it's crazy.
Everything
right?
is still expensive.
Like, hold on. Why is it still expensive?
Yeah, like I mean, I'm not questioning our Lord and ruler or whatever the fuck it.
You do not have to call him your Lord.
I don't. Just don't deport me. Like, that.
I'm still making a decision there. So
yeah, the only ice I want to see comes out of my refrigerator.
You already kicked him out.
Yeah, I kicked him out. That's what everybody thought. They're like, because we made that joke about me and you.
Yeah, I know.
And then everybody took it serious. I'm like, God damn, here we go again.
Well, we always talk about me and you butting heads.
Yeah,
and like it. I mean, there may be realness to that. We do butt heads. Yeah,
I butt heads with Cortni and Brian. I mean, we were always we all bump heads. That's the thing.
Yeah, but like,
I hate him most of the time.
Yeah, I understand.
I am the worst one. I am the worst one.
But you're the one that keeps us on our shit, though.
Yeah. Well, I'm the one keeping us busy, and I think that's part of it.
That's what it is. It's like, sometimes, God damn it.
You're always mad at the boss, but like I'm not even the boss. I'm just the guy. Like, hey, this is what we have to do, and everybody's like, I don't want to do it anymore. And like, I get it, but.
That's like, this has grown so much from what I keep on doing that. Mm-hmm. I keep on kicking the cord for my headphones.
Damn it.
But like, this has grown so much from what it was, because like you guys started it from a joke page.
Yeah,
like,
and we didn't know what we were going to make it.
Joke page.
Yeah.
Like, we just made fun of stuff.
That's what I said. We started out just making jokes on the internet.
And then started making memes. And then like started a podcast, and then started like...
It became a media page. Less of a joke page and more of a media page.
Yeah, and it's fitting. It's fitting that now financially things are moving, because it's kind of like the whole idea. This is a business.
Trying to find a way to monetize pissing people off is hard. Yeah, let's just say that. Like, cause like. Every time I feel like we're in a good place, Brian will come up with a joke where he's pissing off half the town again. And it's like, that's what we're known for. So it's like not wrong that he's doing it. And it's not wrong that like we make jokes.
But the surrounding towns love it.
And that's the thing is, like, we have to get our hands in other towns that actually enjoy what we're doing, because it's not happening to them. And it's even then, like, we make jokes about things, but it's not really malicious intent.
People message us, say, hey, you want to make fun of our
will you make fun of our business? Will you? People want it that aren't from here. They love the idea. It's the people around here are just so uptight, man.
I think some of the times it's that people are angry that you fooled them, not really angry with what you said.
I think it's a little both, but I think you're right. There's a lot of people that are upset that they're stupid enough to fall for it. That's true. But also, I feel like there's a lot of people that don't realize, they think it's Kokomo people that are falling for it. It's no longer Kokomo people that are falling for this. They're not falling. It's not normally Kokomo people. It's people from outside that think this is a real newspaper.
I think you're inside of like the loudest part.
Yeah.
Of the like echo. What
echo chamber type of thing.
Echo chamber sometimes. Like, there are mad people that enjoy Kokomo Press and understand it, and there's other people that will never understand and will always be mad.
Yeah,
and like because making fun of local things, local businesses right here, it's going to be the loudest.
Oh yeah,
it's always so you're going to hear the negativity as well as the positivity.
Like, if I went somewhere else and I said I was with the Kokomo Press, they'd be like, they'd be like,
what is that? Like, and I get that,
and they probably know what it is. They just don't know it like people around here do.
Yeah, and then the negative too, because we do get a lot of people who assume it's funny how many people assume they know who we are without knowing who we are. Like, I've had so many people be like,
the parasocial relationships that we've
gotten. Yeah, dude, I'm rage baiting right now. I don't even know it, but I'm rage baiting. I don't know if you guys
you're rage baiting me.
That dude blocked me, by the way. I'm sure he's watching this because he can go watch it if he wants to, and he's probably watching it so
I wasn't even talking about him. I was talking about the other one. There's two of them.
There's somebody else?
No.
There's a lot of people.
There's a couple.
I'm sure there's a lot of people. But the funny thing is, like, I saw you and Drew were having a good back and forth.
Larison. Like, I started watching that podcast that they do with the mayor.
Yeah, it's very bad.
He's kind of wild.
I understand why they do it, and I think it's an important It's an important thing to give people a chance to say something, but most of the people that are commenting have no idea what they're talking about. It's like, you guys need to build an indoor amusement park for people. And I'm like, you think the city's building an indoor amusement park? It's a business that has to do that. It's a corporation or a group. Like, it's not just a city.
That shit is wild, but like, I'm like, we had a hand footprint in that shit.
Yeah.
Like hey, like, let's utilize a podcast as a media source to push out shit.
Yeah.
Let's really push like we're part of the reasons why they're doing that, because it's popular in this area.
Oh yeah.
Like, and like I watched that because I'm like, I understand this.
Yeah. I've watched a couple episodes of it.
I don't know. I appreciate what they're doing, because at least there's a bit of transparency. You can't help the people that ask dumb questions, because there are dumb questions, but it is what it is.
There's also, if we're being fair and this is kind of the devil's advocate on that side, is there's a lot of deflection too, where it's like, well, we don't really make the decision. It's the county that it's a lot of deflecting, like the shit that happened with like the Karina stuff and people upset. And it's like a lot of it is deflecting, and it's like it's an interesting because the transparency, it's all, to me, it's like there is a transparency to it, but there's also like a pseudo transparency where it's like, we're here to answer your questions. And it's like, well, there's a pothole by my house, and they're like, oh, well, we'll get to it. We only have 2 machines that do the pothole fixing, and one of them is running, and if it rains, and then they have all these excuses, and it's like, yeah, but also buy more machines instead of spending money and giving tax breaks to more corporations, buy more machines to fix potholes. And it's like, they just kick the can all the time.
I feel like we have the money. We're selling out our city basically to, the Far East and shit like that.
And the shit about the Jackrabbit Stadium is a very, like, it's a one of those, so like the fact that he's not going to answer about his relationship with Chuck Jansen, which has been an issue for a lot of people. Like, once it came out once all the information came out, which had come out multiple times, and then it came out publicly for like the first time, because it had been, you guys knew about it in high school. Everybody knew what the fuck was going on. And then and there was still the friendship. I mean, I'm talking about people in that ecosystem. A lot of people over in Taylor knew about it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people at the church that the church that the guy was attending knew about why he got moved
and
and
multiple
got fired.
churches he got fired from.
And if you go to that church, you probably know. If you're friends with him, you probably heard something. So it's like,
those things came out, and I still saw Tyler Moore with Jansen in public space.
But he's not answering for that. He's trying to keep it like, oh, well, what the judicial, and it's like, bro, like, but you still need to answer for your part of it, and it bothers me.
This, like, I don't know about you guys. Like, I know you guys have, like, you're really finding your grooves and shit, especially like,
trying.
Like, and like, I've been trying to find mine too, but like I don't know why. Like, I look at things politically. I look at a lot of political things, and like I put out a while back that I want to run for mayor, I think.
Exciting things are happening at the Kokomo Press. Yeah, very exciting things. Not only are we bringing you comedy shows, an open mic once a week, skits, videos, funny jokes on our page, and satire news stories, but now you can support us by going to kokomopress.shop. It's that simple. You go to kokomopress.shop, you find a t-shirt, you find a hat, maybe in the future some stickers and some posters. You go on there, you buy one of those from us, and percentage of the proceeds will go to us and help support what we do. We appreciate every person who just likes, subscribes, does all that. But if you go to kokomopress.shop and you buy something, we'll know who you are. You send us a photo of it, we will post it on our page and shout it out. Thank you so much. Go to kokomopress.shop, buy all your shirts and hats needs, and support the Kokomo Press. Thank you guys so much. kokomopress.shop.
I think that's a real thing. Like, I really do like want to like run for some sort of like public office and things, because I'd like to be able to like change something. I got some shit I gotta like clear up on my own before I can do any of that. But like, not gonna lie. But like, I'll be transparent about that shit. But I would like to be able to really help our community, like in a real way. Like, I just want to
bring up the fact that you just said that you want to run for some type of local local, but also you just said you got overwhelmed by doing like the stuff that we do. You're gonna be so exhausted doing that. That's way harder than anything we've done. Dealing with these people.
No, I understand. Like,
they're gonna drag everything they can about you. I mean, they already do that to us, and we barely do anything.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Imagine how much they're going to be in your life. That's not because I don't know if I told you guys like a year and a half ago, I got hit up by the local Libertarian Party about, hey, would you ever be interested in running for office?
Yeah.
And I just remember being like, I don't even know if they already hate me enough. You think they're going to be okay with any of this other shit? Like, no.
I mean, I think they look for people like you would honestly be a good candidate. I mean,
I think it's because I can talk.
It is in a lot of ways, and like you can make people listen and things like that. But I don't think it's about that. Like I like, even if I'm not in politics, I just want to change some shit about.
Well, I'm willing to do the Mayor Hypocrisy Jones show. So you let me know when we're doing the Mayor Hypocrisy Jones show, because I'll be your I'll be your co-host that aggregates all the questions. And
we need to get the Mayor, and we need to get Drew on here, and we need to get.
Well, we talked. I think Drew might actually come on this podcast soon. Brian
fun.
And I talked to him a little bit about doing it, and I think we couldn't make it in time because we had so much going on this last part of the season. I mean, we just had Brandon and Caleb on, who were hilarious. We had some great comics out of Indy. Like, we've been kind of, and then I did a whole podcast with no sound again. That was awesome. I love doing that. Love doing podcasts without sound.
Omegle.
Can I let's shift this a little bit? Yeah, him on his Omegle bullshit. I want to shift to positive. Let's shift it. Let's make positivity louder real quick. Let's do
positive
that.
P.
Let's make positivity louder. First off, I want to give a shout out to Zan Hughes. Okay, no frets, no strings, no problem, just air. It's really just a marvel to play. So this guy, Zan Hughes, he likes to do the theremin, and he teaches people how to do the theremin here in Kokomo. He's been posting a lot in the Kokomo chatter.
Yeah.
He's going to be at the Strawberry Festival on this Friday, June 6th at 11 a.m. Go check him out, because Zan he's a young guy. He loves to teach people how to do the theremin. It's a very interesting instrument, because you don't really need to learn how to do it. It's all about movement of hands and stuff. He just is such a positive guy in the community that wants to like do something. Yeah. I know he's friends with Seth the Mountain, who's the homie of Vicious Rose, if you guys don't already have it. I think he just said that he filed a trade. He told us all secretly, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell people this, but this past Thursday, he told us that he filed a trademark for his next book. So he's going to have another one out. And so that's the homie Seth, and you can kind of see him right here. Yeah. We turned the open mic this week into a Pacers watch party because we were like, fuck it. We all wanted to watch the Pacers play, but Seth the Mountain. And then I don't know if you guys heard, but the Pacers, they did win last night. They did win Saturday night. So let's do that. There we go. Hell yeah. I'm very, very excited. Spicy P on the hat over there. You got the P for Spicy P on the hat. I mean, you've been a pretty big sports fan for a while, and you've been following. So how you've been? I've been having your cousin on.
Yeah, I know. I saw. The first time he was on, I was like, oh shit, that's my cousin. Coach. Along with not being around, I kind of stayed off of Facebook for the most part, because it's a lot. Is Zan the people that people are like also.
There's another thing
about that's
Xander.
Guy. Oh, okay.
Xander.
Okay, there was somebody. I heard somebody talking while I was smoking about some kid that was on that can't sing.
He's like a rapper,
He's
singer.
like a rapper. He keeps going live.
Oh, okay. At least he tries or something.
To me, and you can take this as shade if you want to, but there's a lot of local creatives who do not have their own audience that use the Kokomo chatter as they use them as like a captive audience. And he's not the first, and he's not going to be the last. And if you want to see who the top people who post on the chatter is, you'll see those are the people that like to use the chatter as their own personal page. Instead of just posting, they have to post it on there in order to get their
not
shit
everybody
out.
has their own platforms,
and they have to create them.
Well, I mean it takes work.
Yeah,
it takes literal fucking.
It's easier just to use a captive audience, but
I get it.
And Xander's learned it. And if you're going to be mad at him, be mad at the. What I'm saying is be equal. I'm not talking about you, but I mean when people are mad at Xander for what he's doing, be mad at the other local creatives who use the chatter as their own personal captive audience as well, because you can't be mad at this kid and then ignore everybody everybody else who does it.
You could get the fuck off Facebook. It's
yeah, exactly. If you don't want to see it, you can block them. Yeah. That's something you could do too. You could block the kid and you'll never see him again.
I like that he's doing it.
Yeah, I do
getting
too.
People talking, and he's like, whether it's good or not, he's getting people like.
It's not another joke about what are they putting in at Lowe's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? God dang.
I don't understand the reason to be mad at somebody. Like, you chose to click on it, like, and listen to it, watch it, or whatever. Yeah. Like, even if you don't like it, just like
the only thing I would like for them to do is stop posting pictures of dead animals.
I'm sorry, I'll quit doing that.
Yeah, I do hate those.
I've never seen them. You guys must linger on them because I don't ever see them.
No.
That is part of it. If you're seeing Xander, it's because you linger too much on that post. You click on it too much. You look at the comments, and Facebook has realized through the algorithm that you enjoy it. Now, sometimes the algorithm's a little wild. I posted something recently because I clicked on one thing because I didn't understand, like an architecture thing of like building like stairs and construction, and then it fed me for a week straight, just like, look at this stupid fails of building. I'm like, I don't even know what any of this means. I clicked on it to learn, not to be bombarded.
So that's how it works. That's why my Instagram's all thirst traps.
Yeah, it's all Down syndrome, fake Down syndrome girls you talking about.
That's mine.
That's yours.
That's mine.
They're actually pulling from your Chrome.
Yeah.
So
they're pulling from your chromosomes.
Yeah.
It's Down syndrome girls. That's the one that's the big one now. Is that what you're getting?
Yeah.
Apparently, like, have you seen this? They're creating AI Down syndrome models, and then they're using it to trick kids or trick young people or trick adults.
I tried to get my AI to turn me into somebody with Down syndrome, and then I was going to send it to you, and then it said, sorry, I can't do that.
Yeah, you used the wrong AI. You got to find a different one.
I was trying
one
to
without rules.
GPT.
That's why.
The amount of evil that AI is being used for, I love it.
Dude, it's the weirdest shit ever.
I said, what would I look like? I was doing, what would I look like as a doctor? What would I look like as this? And there was
and then Down syndrome is naturally a next
with
one.
Down syndrome.
Yeah.
It said, ma'am, that would be redundant. You already look like you.
Yeah.
No, did you? So one of the positives, if we want to, give a shout out to the Trump administration, but did you see Melania actually was pushing a bill about outlawing using AI to create deepfake nudes? That's been a big thing of hers, is like to stop that, because in the first administration she was really pivotal. I was right the first time.
Pivotal.
It was a pivotal thing that she decided. One of her biggest things was to make revenge porn illegal.
Yeah.
So that was a big part of the first Trump administration through Melania. Well, her second is not only revenge porn, but revenge AI porn and the AI porn in general. And they're pushing that through now, and I'm pretty sure that's bipartisan support. So that's positive.
I mean, like, any AI deepfakes are like the potential use, especially in news media, is scary, right?
Oh yeah,
because
that's a fake news page.
Yeah, for what? I mean, but there still has to be a line.
Yeah,
hey, we here are a fake news page.
Yeah,
say we're satire.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to call it rage bait, I guess it's the same thing. It's literally the same sort of thing.
Go, Bubba. Love you.
But like,
I knew he was going to get upset. He got told no. He's like, no, I want to run in the podcast.
But there is some transparency in that, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're not supposed to read something from this page and be like, oh, that's God's honest truth.
Yeah, we label it.
Yeah.
All you have to do is click. It's really one click away to learn what we are.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was some AI stuff that happened this last week. There was first off, they released the image of grown-up Bobby Hill with his parents, and then I saw somebody create an AI deep fake of what Bobby Hill would look like. Oh no, that's just Sean D. That's just Sean D. Oh my God, that's so weird.
Oh my God,
so weird.
My purse.
My purse.
That's my purse.
Get off, hands out my purse. You don't know me. I don't know you. That's funny. No,
I that shirt this week.
I put that out because I was like, God, I said something to. So we did a roast battle. Sean and I did a roast battle with a Slight Night with Kevin King and those guys in Indy. What city is that? Is that Greenwood too?
It's in Greenwood too. It was Jordan versus Brian and me versus Brandon.
Yeah, and Sean and I both lost somehow. If you go watch the videos, but they were very fun. It was fun to compete in just to see how it was. But one of the things I told Brandon was like, you know, he kind of looks like an older Bobby Hill, and he didn't even use it. He said he looked like Andy Milonakis, which was also kind of true, but not real.
Well, Greg has said before on a post that, like, a post about my age, because I get it all the time. I'm 40 years old. I know I don't look like I'm 40 years old, but I recently turned 40. And Greg found out, and on a post that you made for my birthday, he was like, does Sean have Andy Milonakis disease?
Yeah. Which is funny, because I think Brandon posted something, said something about that in the thing about
in the
it.
roast, yeah.
But it's like, yeah, you do, because you have a bit now that you do, like the predator or prey type of bit.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Where if I date somebody my own age, it looks like I'm cougar hunting. If I date a younger woman, cool. Doesn't look weird. She calls me daddy. I'm like, let's go get a blood test because I gotta make sure.
It's funny because like we did Wonder like last night with those guys at the Highmark, and like Sean was killing in there, dude. You had some, like, it was funny because like I saw he did the Trump's the black guy bit that I think is so funny, and you were doing it, and there was a table of two older black guys over here, and Brian kept looking at me like, are they gonna laugh or not? I was like, he's got him. And then the last one, when you did the Suge Knight one, they both cracked completely. And I was like, and that's the thing is, white people will look over at black people to see if it's okay to laugh about jokes, especially white women. Yeah, white women are like, oh my god, how dare you make jokes about anything that I don't agree with. But
yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. But congratulations. I do want to put this out.
All right, one.
I only believe in real people who are the father, and that would be I'm a dad playing a dad disguised as another dad.
Jesus Christ!
I've been putting those memes everywhere. I love them so much. They've been picking on Bella so much, man. Bella's been having to deal with it.
Why is she is she really Buzz Lightyear?
They, by the way.
Oh, all right. Okay, my bad.
No. They're so Bella is non-binary, uses they them pronouns, and then Bella was cast as a major role of, you know, what's the name of the Ellie in The Last of Us.
Yeah.
And so the first season, you know, very young looking, looked like a little girl, but also I've been saying from the jump, I'm like, that little girl looks nothing like.
I think she's just got.
They.
Oh.
I know,
I'm
it's
talking
tough.
about Ellie, not.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
I haven't watched the new season. Do they just look way too more mature?
They fucked up because they don't do a very good job of making sure that Bella looks enough like Ellie. Like she doesn't
emote. She doesn't have the face to be able to portray the emotions that she needs to portray for the role.
Yeah.
Like I don't see any like sadness in her eyes. Like you don't feel the same way you would feel if it was a different actor. Like
they're already gonna piss people off because they're gonna change a lot of the show because it's a TV show versus a video game. Video game is different than a TV show. You're gonna get more emotionally invested because you have to do the work in the actual game. And then on top of that, they give Bella this role, and Bella is already a controversial actor because Bella is they them pronoun, non-binary.
Are you just an act?
I think that they're an actor, but like they're good at acting, but I don't think they're good at like dramatic roles like at this extent.
No,
like,
not what you need for this role.
I need to see in her face that she's broken, and you can't because she doesn't have like the facial structure to portray the emotions.
But the facial structure
is she's ugly, and it's not that she's ugly or
yes,
the way she looks.
A little bit.
No,
it's a little bit.
It's that if she just can't play the role because she can't show the emotion on her face. Like
they have a lot of forehead.
Yeah,
I think that's. It's like you.
It's the faces. The face is really small. The forehead's really big. The hairline's back really far. Ellie
in the game always had their hair down. Like, just put her hair down.
Cover up her Bella's fucking thing.
And I'm not saying it because she's unattractive. Like, and it's like
it's part of it, and you can't. I know you're trying to play around it, but realistically, it's not an attractive thing. But like when you are watching somebody on screen as a main character, they need to be a little bit attractive. And
it's not that she needs to be attractive; she needs to be able to show emotion on her face.
Yeah, she's like Bella has beady fucking brown eyes and a little short pokey nose, and her face is telling you like she got a tiny. Bella has the same
one hit away from that really squashed face. Like what's that movie called?
I don't know what it is.
You know what I'm talking about?
Trying to think. No, you know what I think Bella looks like? Charlie Kirk. That's the problem. Is Bella has the same problem that Charlie Kirk has, that tiny face on a big fucking head, and because of that, the emotions are all like, it just, you're not able to say it on the first season. Bella was fine.
I think she was fine when it was the first season. I don't think she grew into the role.
No, her head got bigger.
Yeah.
And that you don't want to do that.
I don't think she I don't think her look grew into the role to where she is.
It's distracting in a way that like it's her face is distracting me from the show because realistically, like
I think not what like one hit away from that.
I did the fucking, I know the mask.
Yeah.
The mask.
Yeah. Like, not like
you're not wrong.
They are ugly.
They are,
but that's okay. I just like
you can have an ugly
be
person
ugly.
in that role.
Just act. You're right next to one of the best actors in the world. I don't think it has anything to do
with her being ugly.
See, that's the thing with season 2.
Well, I know he dies, but like I assume the convection of emotion that needs to be conveyed.
That's how I didn't feel the same way I felt when I watched the game. Like, and I think that has a lot to do with it. But I don't think the emotions are being portrayed in a way that like they need to be.
Right.
Well, the face goes from this, which is in the video game a bunch of pixels, to this because her face is sunken in this weird way. Bella just does not have the facial features to sell this role and to be the lead character. Luckily, they're smart enough that in season 3, and this is spoilers for people if you made it this far, then you obviously know spoilers. But in season 3, the Denver girl is Abby character is gonna be the main role of season 3, and to me, she's not particularly beautiful either. No offense to her, but she has a more emotive face, and I think she's gonna sell it.
But she doesn't look anything like Abby in the game was.
Not like, muscular and gross, but she does look like to me. But the muscular, gross Abby in the game wasn't. That was controversial as well.
Yeah, but it was. I feel like it was part of it. Like she was so adamant about getting back at Ellie for ruining her life or whatever, and like
Joel.
Yeah, but she's going after Abby now. Like, well, she was going after Joel, and that's why she beefed up. And it was like,
if they would have switched their roles,
it would have been perfect.
It probably would have worked better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because the girl what's her something Denver? I can't remember.
I don't know.
But the girl that plays Abby's role would actually look better as Ellie. And probably would have sold it better. But then we would have had the same problem coming into this next season, but I don't know. The toughness in Bella's face would have worked better for Abby than with Ellie.
Yeah.
Because Ellie, she's Ellie as the character, you really want her to, she's gay, but she's a very feminine, tough, it's almost like a facade, like in a way of like her toughness is a facade. So you can kind of see that with Abby's character. It's been a very interesting season of the show because the first season I thought was fantastic.
Well, Abby's like the more buff one, like, and
I know.
she's straight.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, we're all a little gay. This is Pride Month.
Yesterday I was like, Annie was saying something and she's like, oh, and Cortni too, because it was like about being gay, and I was like, it's okay, I don't care.
You don't include
And
me.
then this morning I woke up and I said, it's Pride Month, and she's like, oh, I thought it didn't matter to you. I was like, fuck you, I'm gay this month.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, dude. Did you leave out anal beads and lube for Elton John last night?
I did.
Okay, good.
In the hotel room.
It's Brian made a joke, but he said Clay Aiken, and I thought it was funnier as Clay Aiken. I don't know. But then I switched it to Elton John for the page.
I had vaginal intercourse. Does that count?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Was it your vaginal?
No.
Okay.
No.
No, it's Pride. It's Pride Month. You got to do it.
I took pride in it.
I took pride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can celebrate since everybody thinks I'm gay?
Yes, absolutely.
Sweet.
Yeah, you're pan. Just say you're pan. That's what I always tell people. Just say you're pan.
Mm-hmm. But I'm not.
That's just what you do.
Yeah, you are.
Cisgender.
He's just taking away from me.
Because pan's fake.
You're
a fake gender. It's a
not
fake
a gender.
I was going to say it's a fake gender or sexual identity. Sexual identity. It's fake because I'm a pan. I like whoever they are as a person. It just happens to always be the same gender that's different than mine.
Hey, listen.
There's no stakes in pan. Let's be honest. There's no stakes. There's no stakes in most women saying they're bi. That's my argument every year.
You have to say you're pan so you don't come off as transphobic. Transphobic.
That's really it. It's like, I'm going to save myself from being transphobic, because then you can say you're not. I'm actually attracted to this.
Actually, I would rather be bi because the colors are better.
There you go. Exactly. For her, it's all about the color of the flag.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah.
I just want to be included.
You're
included. I'm just happy to be here. I don't care.
All you care about is the flag.
Yeah.
Flag
I'm
it.
just happy to be here.
You're being a flag it right now.
I am. You're not allowed to
That's all
say
she
that.
cares about.
It's
Yes,
a
I
hate
can.
crime right now.
Flag it? No, it's not. It's a different word.
Yeah.
I'm calling them.
You're calling all the gays?
The police.
I'm calling on all gays.
Annie.
Oh.
Annie show. She just pops up.
She's
like, I'm your Annie in a bottle, baby.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you guys hear about this shit happening with Haribo? There was actually, they had announced a recall of their gummies because they said some samples were taken and cannabis was found in them. How excited would you be if you ate some Haribo and found out there was weed in it?
Bro, I went and bought some right after
Are they still on the shelves?
I was wondering. I was like, shit.
I think
this sell them out?
Is this a secret ploy just for them to sell out real quick? They're like, people are just going out and buying them. Like, hopefully there's weed in these.
Could be.
Got me.
We talked about this. Gummy candies are my fat guy crutch. They're like my thing. Like, I'll admit it. I eat $2-3 bags of peach rings almost every day.
And peach rings, dude. I love peach rings too.
Yeah, peach rings are my shit. So,
and you can get those in cannabis flavor as well.
Now I can just use it as an excuse. I'm gonna be like, oh, I bought Haribo gummies. I didn't smoke weed.
No, yeah. I thought it was just Haribo. I'm glad. The amount of people that are like not passing a piss test because they have to. It's weird that we still do piss tests. Talk about consent. You know what I mean? Let's talk a little bit about the fact that we have to consent to like giving a corporation our urine or hair to test our blood for drugs. It's so weird to me.
It is weird.
So bizarre.
I hope I never have to do it again.
I know. I don't want to have to do it again either. It's like kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about this? One's another one that people were freaking out about, and I understand why, because it is a little bit weird. But Indiana will no longer be able to purchase candy and soda using SNAP benefits starting the beginning of the year.
That's a big one.
It's weird, right?
Well, shit, I guess I'm not going to be eating gummies.
Because there goes my peach rings. There goes my peach rings. Candy, like what constitutes candy? I mean, obviously soda's pretty cut and dry, but what constitutes candy?
Candy, I assume.
Yeah, but like, what do you consider? Like some things, like let's say you're baking and you want to get a bar of chocolate to
chocolate chips.
What if you want to make fucking s'mores with your kids? Like, and you now you can't buy the chocolate part of it.
I think it's weird. I think it's weird that like I saw an example that like apparently you can't even buy like a cake or something.
Yeah,
like what if it's somebody's birthday? Like,
yeah. Can't bake a cake. Like what? Like it seems like
the cake mix. You can't. Is that included as well?
The money comes out of the same fund. Like you're gonna get paid regardless. Like I mean,
why does it matter what they're buying?
I don't know.
I think
somebody's eating it. Like
people that care about that make me so mad.
For some government,
it's because they're people that are like they have money and they've never not had money.
Or even if they have, let's take the worst case. Like even let's say you used to be on SNAP benefits and now you're not. Yeah. Do I get to go retroactively? And if you're one of the people that agree, do I have to retroactively go back and look at all your receipts and see if you ever bought anything like that and tell you you're a piece of shit? Because like that's my thing is like it's easy to make people now not be able to buy it when maybe back in the day you had to buy it.
I think everybody should get food stamps. To be honest, I'm gonna be real. Everybody should because like shit's expensive.
Yeah,
like, it's just plain and simple.
I mean, food stamps should be for us all.
But
then everything would cost more.
I always thought it was weird that you couldn't buy hot food on food stamps.
Yeah,
I'm like, what if you're hungry?
What they don't want is for people to fucking go get McDonald's.
That's not their business.
I know. I don't think so either.
It's really not their business.
It is cheaper
if you give them $150 and they blow it in 2 days. That's on them.
Well, I think the biggest issue with food stamps is not candy and soda. It's people selling their food stamps for cash value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or double cast iron.
Shut the fuck up, Sean.
Sean, how the fuck? How am I going to pay my?
Hey, I grew up poor as hell. Trust me, I know all about food stamps.
You ain't gonna stop the hustle.
If anybody's got some food stamps, by the
2
way.
for 1, yo. I'm just saying.
Yeah, right. And 2 for 1. That's literally been it. That's what I remember I had a friend of mine that had food stamps, and I remember they would sell them 2 for 1. And I'd say, just hit me up. I'll buy it 1 for 1 so you don't lose any value. Because I think that's fucked up when people do that. But also, I understand. What were you saying, sir?
The people that I know that, like, I don't know anybody that sells food stamps, but the ones that did, like, I feel like they use what they need to get their food, and like you get a lot in food stamps.
Yeah.
Like when I got them, we were getting like $700 a month, and I don't need that much. So like, you're just helping somebody else get groceries.
Yeah.
You gotta assume they needed more.
And even then, like, if you can sell $150 worth of food stamps in order to get gas, who gives a shit?
You're helping you get food, and you're getting them drugs. It's fine.
Oh God, here we go. You made it worse.
Oh,
Yeah, you made
it.
You should
made it worse for no reason.
Shit.
It's a hassle even to be on food stamps. So if you endure that hassle in itself,
Yeah, you do all that paperwork, then good on
goddamn,
you.
yeah, bro. Yeah,
You deserve to sell them.
Yeah, you're doing it for me.
Honestly, you should get, double the money for them. Just kidding. Nah, I'm just kidding. You still have to give me more money. It's fine.
No.
It's fine. One thing I wanted to touch on a little bit. Did you guys follow this at all? The Nottoway plantation that got set on fire?
Kind of.
How'd you feel about that? Did you guys think that was interesting?
couldn't have happened to better people.
Tell me the story, because I don't know.
So there's the Nottoway Plantation is the largest antebellum plantation house in America. It's burned down, built in 1859 by enslaved black people in Louisiana for sugar plantation owner John Randolph. The plantation was later converted to a resort for weddings, events, and tours. The website for the resort lists the names of 11 of the trees on the property, but never mentions any of the 155 black people enslaved there.
It sounds like they got what they deserved.
Yeah.
I think the big thing was that when they first posted about that, there was a lot of comments about that. Oh, I miss driving
history,
by that.
yeah,
The history.
Like, oh, that place is beautiful. I'm gonna miss it.
Yeah, how many black people did they whip there? Like, like
how many people did they kill there?
Yeah, like
when you go there, do you get to go look in the box that was in the ground? Like,
fuck your plantation.
Well, I know.
I like the selfies that the little black girls were taking selfies in front of it and shit.
I would have too.
My favorite, there's a comedian that I love named Nick Mullen. He did Come Town and shit, and he has a whole bit about how he was bored, and I think he said he was in like North Carolina or some place. It wasn't Louisiana, but it was in like North Carolina or something like that. And he said he went on a plantation tour. He said towards the end of the tour, it's a whole comedy bit. You have to go check it out, but it's part of his special. I think it's called the Chinese New Year or something like that. But the Year of the Dragon. And he does this thing. It's like at the end, they're like, and you have to be quiet because, right at the end of the thing, at the tour, it's like, you gotta be quiet because upstairs is the people, the great-great-grandson of the man who built the home. He's upstairs, and he's like, why don't we just go beat the shit out of him? Can I have my money back? Are you giving this guy money? It's a funny bit, and it's very similar to like the Shane Gillis bit where he talks about going to see the George Washington. Yeah. And it's like we have this insane history in America, which I will say as a country, we're a lot more willing to acknowledge the things we did in the past than a lot of these other countries that have done way fucking worse. Like I would say way worse, but way fucking worse in the years and years of it. But we acknowledge what the fuck we've done, and I think that's what sets us apart, I think, from a lot of countries. Like, you're not going to Japan and seeing like
they're not gonna
acknowledging this, or China's not acknowledging the millions of Koreans they killed, that's not way over. Yeah. It's like, we acknowledge our shit, and I think part of it is because we're willing to talk about it, and a lot of countries are. So honestly, to the Nottoway Plantation,
we have free speech.
Go back yourself. We don't care about you at all. We're happy you're gone. And honestly, I think if they don't want to acknowledge the pain and suffering over the years, and they still profiting off of it, is insane to me.
I'm sure they're gonna profit off the insurance.
It was a bed and breakfast. Like, people went in there and like stayed.
Oh, never mind. I take it all back. I want to go take it. Just kidding.
Like, why?
I don't know. I'm sure, like, fuck that plantation, man. But like, whoever owns it, I'm sure they're gonna get money off of it. That's how insurance works. So
that's Louisiana for you. Yeah. We don't come on down here, Louisiana.
But that was the last one that was still standing, right?
Probably not.
No.
There's probably more.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, there's probably a ton more.
Yeah.
Well, I do have to acknowledge a little bit. I put this out the other day. We are looking for comics for Harvest Fest 11 with the Outhouse, Kokomo Press, and Corey D. We're working now and getting some names together. A lot of people have hit me up. if I've seen your comedy before, like, you don't have to submit. So just let me know you want to be included in the list. Soon enough, myself, Brian, Courtney, and probably Sean, I think we're all going to sit down together as Kokomo Press Comedy, and we're going to whittle the list down. If you don't get picked, it's not because you're not funny or because we don't like you. It's just because we're looking to get a nice new crop of people, a diverse crowd of people. You know, we talked about some of us might not even be doing it this year.
Yeah,
because we're like,
I'm not going to do it
years.
this year. I'd rather just work it and give more, you know.
Sean just wants to hang out with me all night.
Yeah.
He's going to help me produce.
But I'm going to be honest. I know this is off subject, but my autism is acting up. Why are you wearing Crocs with no socks, Courtney?
That is creepy, dude. It's like
Are
so
you
sweaty.
supposed to wear socks with them?
You're not
Yes.
supposed to wear Crocs.
Yeah,
period.
that's the truth.
That's the thing.
I'm just
because-
saying you're not going to be able to sell feet pics anymore. You keep wearing these
Oh, you're
rough
both
shoes.
wearing Crocs.
You're all sweaty. Dude, they're both wearing Crocs?
I don't wear,
Black
I don't wear
Crocs,
socks
yeah.
with them when it's summertime
That's funny.
Oh,
because they're like I wear them on on the beach and stuff and like in the pool.
oh.
I just don't like the feeling of them without socks. It bothers me. It's like a texture.
If I'm
Does it remind you
like
of
out
jail?
walking, I will wear
A little,
socks.
yeah.
But I just got out of the car for 4 hours.
Courtney's
slid
never
them
been
on.
arrested.
I've also never been arrested.
I did want to ask, this is a pretty important question I needed to ask Jordan Bell, because we're both kin in this. How do you feel with the new Kanye song?
Oh Lord, yes.
I need your insight. Can you?
Which one?
You know which one we're talking about. Come on.
No, both.
I mean, that one, like, okay, the family relations one.
Cousins.
Yeah. That's a little much.
It's a little too much.
Yeah, that's a little.
I think
bit
it's
much.
fucked up what he did to his cousin because his cousin's in prison.
Yeah.
He just let everybody know that he basically was just like, hey, just so you guys know, my cousin who's in prison also has 10 years of quality dick sucking under his belt, maybe even closer.
Oh, they probably already know. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm saying now they do.
I don't know. I don't know.
Probably
If,
like hell yeah, I do.
I don't know if
dare
that's
you.
like confessional hate. Like this isn't like reverse Diddy shit. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know what I mean. That one song though that like that Double H song.
Yeah,
and,
Double
like,
H.
Double H
Hockey.
Like I don't know why it's a banger, but
Okay, see, that's what I wanted to know. It's a banger, right? Like, it sucks that it is.
Yeah,
but
it
is.
goes
Me
so
every
hard.
other
It does.
version of it.
Yeah, yeah. I showed him all the different AI versions of like, they have like the country version, they have
Yeah.
the like emo version. I'm like, dude, the sad thing is like you can take it into any genre and it's good. Like it's
Yeah.
weird. It sucks that because like I told Brian when it came out, I was like, the problem with it is it's really good, but it's so good and such a banger that like I don't want that stuck in my head. Like I don't want to be sitting somewhere
Yeah.
So I just look at Brian and be like, they don't understand the shit I say on Twitter. Brian, finish the lyric.
Yeah. I've only listened to it once, and I'm not gonna listen to it again because I will enjoy it too much.
It's too good. It sucks. It
yeah.
sucks that it's good.
But I keep on listening to Donda too.
Yeah. Did you
that's
download the
amazing.
Untitled and get the hookup from Scrap and stuff? The Untitled app and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah. He
Yes,
sent me like
yeah.
every album. I was like, dude, I appreciate you so much.
Yeah, he did the same with me.
Yeah, I saw the new Pope is a Kanye fan. I thought that was interesting. Robert Provost, the Pope
Yes.
Leo shared the Jesus is King debut #1. So obviously he listens to Kanye. He's from Chi-Town, so big ups to the homie Pope Leo, and he's a child of Kanye as well.
Yeah, go Sox and shit.
Go Sox, yeah, because he's not a Cubs fan.
He's not.
Courtney said go Sox one time.
No.
All right.
Say it.
She won't go. You got the St. Louis on. You shut up. You don't get to be a part of this. Look at him. He's over
I
there.
always have St. Louis on.
I know, but the joke is that's the Cubs.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I have a
Say go
tattoo
Sox.
on my chest of the Cardinals emblem.
I can't say it.
You can't?
I can't.
Say go Sox one time.
I can't do
Just
it.
one time.
I can't do it.
We'll tell
can't
everybody
do
it was Red Sox.
No.
Say go Sox. Go Sox.
No.
She thought about it for a second. She was like, she doesn't want to make Matt's listening to this. In this
No, my
Courtney.
dad used to be a White Sox fan.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of me when I was little where he put me in a whole uniform and I hated it.
I'm gonna message your dad for that picture.
I have to find it.
It's the new Grey Garden album cover.
Yeah. Of me in a White Sox uniform.
Which reminds me, Grey Garden's played a couple shows this year. Obviously, we're at 4, I think now, which is pretty crazy because we took like 2 years off because of
We
the
were
flood.
talking about making you guys go on tour.
I want to go. I'm down with it. But part of that is we're talking about, we got a couple music videos that we're going to be working on, and you're going to be a major component of that. And we're going to need friends of ours to do cameos in it.
He said he wants to do those in the next couple weeks.
I know. Like my voice is still kind of gone. I don't know if you guys can tell. I've been sick, so my voice is still kind of gone. So I told them like tomorrow I'm not going to be able to like do any singing. So
he's got to be done early anyway.
I know, because you're monopolizing everybody's fucking summer with your fucking Hispanic kid.
It's because he's Hispanic.
Hey, future baseball legend.
That's why. That's why. If he wasn't Hispanic, I'd be like, he's white. He's not going to make it.
Right.
But because he's Hispanic, he might. I don't know.
Trying.
I've seen his parents. He's going to be tiny. I don't think it's going to work.
He's going to be Babe Ruth. He's going to be bigger, so he's got the muscle, so he can just walk instead of run.
Baby Ruth, like the candy bar movie.
Exactly.
How about that? Got her.
Hey.
I can't stand you. Why do I come to this?
I know. Why do I come to this? It's the same reason why you come to everything else. Humiliation. That's what she gets
That's
into.
why I come all the time.
Got her again. Did you guys see this? Concerts in your 20s versus your 30s?
No shit. Last night, oh my God.
I'm telling you, man.
Last night we went to a Cold concert in Louisville. Is that where it was?
Yeah. Did anybody warm it up or? But all right.
No, it was pretty cold in there, honestly.
Yeah, it's cold.
No, but that's definitely the truth. When I went to watch Gray's Garden in North End Pub, I got home and like,
oh, dude,
my head, I was like, God damn.
I have those Loop earplugs. I fucking love them.
What are they called?
Loop.
I thought you said lube. I was like hoping it was lube.
I put lube on them.
Yeah,
I like to have it
put
all
in your
the
ears.
way in the
Put them all the way.
Yeah.
She has earplugs she just carries around with her. I think it's because her man's in enough bands.
I mean, I'm at shows constantly and like it kills my head. So I'm like, I love them. And it's their.
Sorry, Maddie, you're not getting this much head.
He'll get enough head.
Okay, good. But yeah,
head he wants. What are you talking about?
Ayo.
The whole head.
Ayo. Yeah, but this is ibuprofen, earplugs, and some comfortable insoles.
We were all complaining about our feet last night.
Dude, I bet we're just getting too old to have fun.
And to have shows that are just concrete, fucking why?
Yeah, on concrete. Yeah, they put some.
We're old.
Put some carpet down.
Don't bring bands in from our like childhoods and then expect us to be able to stand there all night. Get us
I don't
some
even listen to that
chairs.
band. I don't think I know a single song from.
You probably don't. It's Stupid Girl. That's the only radio one they really have.
Yeah, of course that's the one. They're fucking misogynists.
Yeah.
God, that's how cold they are. Cold-hearted.
Yeah.
Misogynist.
They don't even like that song.
Yeah, I don't like it either. Who doesn't?
The singer?
The singer doesn't like it anymore. Isn't it weird how bands never like their best song? Like they never like their most
It's because
famous.
he didn't write it. It was one that was written by someone else.
Oh. Well, still, I mean, you're famous for like people are paying tickets because they like that song, and then you're like, I don't like that song. It's so weird to me.
Yeah, well, he doesn't play it, so people don't pay to see that song.
Not anymore because he's, but they probably listen to it. What's the streaming numbers? Let's look it up right now. I bet you it's the number one most streamed song by them, and he's still a fucking.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, dude. I don't. Bands make me laugh, man. Everybody's too good for their own music. Isn't that weird to be too good for your own music?
I mean, if you put it out there.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But I can see that.
Yeah.
Like doing my grandma's fake voice all the time. Sometimes it does get old.
I don't know. You did really well with it last night, and I bet you did really well with TJ Cartwright's class too.
Yeah.
I bet you it killed. Yeah. See.
I mean, the joke's good. That's why everybody knows it, but it does. I can see where they would get, like, especially if I became a famous comedian and I was doing that every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the next 10 years, I wouldn't want to tell that joke ever again.
But what if I told you could be a famous comedian and do comedy every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the next 10 years?
That's my dream.
Then you would fucking do it. Yeah. And that's my thing is people lose sight of what makes them want to do. Like, you want this more than anything. You finally get it, and then you're like, I'm too good for my own success. Like, people are such crybabies.
Is it like, is he a rapper? NF?
Yeah.
Where all of his songs are about being depressed about being famous?
Yeah, it's like, grow up.
Like, you're famous. You don't have to be.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, you could literally
just not release this song that you just wrote that's going to make you more famous.
I don't get it. There are people who are famous who shouldn't be, and one of those people is Kid Rock. Kid Rock blames ugly liberal women for low U.S. birth rates. Well, explain that. Nobody's fucking you, Kid Rock.
Oh, Jesus.
So happy he's making political decisions.
Dude, I love it. This is the greatest administration.
I honestly, I'm here for it.
Yeah. Let's just ruin our lives, ruin everybody's lives for fun.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, everything's going on with Elon lately. Every conspiracy theorist. I mean, this one's the weird one. I read this and I thought I was like, who made this up? And then I realized it was Forbes. But breaking news: Elon Musk used a copious amount of drugs and traveled with a pill box that appeared to contain Adderall. Last year, he ramped up donations to President Donald Trump's, according to a new report that comes out on his official last day in the White House. So it's weird to me that I also work in a factory and people are using Adderall. So who gives a shit if he's on Adderall? Everybody's on Adderall, right? So many people are.
Yeah. He's probably.
Why does the other thing say he was on ketamine and ecstasy though?
Yeah, this is the one from people, which is a little bit less of a reputable source than Forbes, I'd say. But yeah, Elon Musk allegedly said that he had fathered a child with a Japanese pop star and would give his sperm to anyone to have a baby, according to a New York Times report. Elon Musk allegedly said, "Oh, that's this one. Did I not? Where's the ketamine one?
He has a shit ton of kids.
Where's the ketamine one? Did I miss it?
He's doing.
That's one you just read.
Oh yeah, okay. So it is on there. Okay, so Musk used heavy drugs, including ketamine and ecstasy, while he became. But the ketamine thing is almost like a trend now, right? A lot of the celebrities are about taking ketamine to deal with depression. So it's cool when it's certain people, but then when it's him, it's a problem. I don't know. I'm not a huge apologist for Elon Musk. I don't really give a shit. I think I care less about him than most people. I just don't care. I'm is he worse than having Kid Rock and Trump in the White House? Who's worse? I don't know who's worse.
It's all pretty bad.
They're all pretty annoying, right? Can we just say fuck it and just start a new country?
I stopped caring a long time ago, and my life has got significantly better.
That's part of it. The people that care are the ones who are miserable on all day. They're like, did you hear what? And I'm like, the only time I
didn't actually. So my life is going to continue being great.
I got off the internet this year, and I just kind of enjoy my life better.
It's the out of sight, out of mind thing. If I keep all the good things around me, then the bad things don't exist because I don't know about them.
Well, I know that they're there. I don't have to care about it.
They're not there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fact.
They're not there.
No.
I mean, because we do a podcast, I get so many fucking... I have to look up news every week.
That's gay.
But it still doesn't it doesn't affect me as a person. Here's an interesting one. Facebook allegedly detected when teen girls deleted selfies so it could serve them beauty ads. That's pretty wild, right? So basically, Facebook, you give access. You ever seen the thing with your iPhone? Because we all have iPhone here. We're all adults. And it will be always allow, always trust, and if you say always allow, so they have access to your entire library at all times. Mm-hmm. And apparently, if the women or girls were taking pictures and taking selfies, if they deleted a bunch of selfies because they didn't like them, Facebook would notice that and then send them ads to be you can be beautiful if you take this cream. That's pretty fucked up.
What's fucked up is I keep getting ads about there's one that's trying to teach me how to have sex and make men love me.
Oh.
And there's one where I can get a lesson on how to get men to be attracted to me.
Oh, shit.
What?
Wait, they have female pickup artists now?
Yes. And there's apparently an app where you can use AI to come up with pickup lines to get women to answer you. If you get on this app, you'll say what it'll tell you what to say to these women to make them attracted to you.
Yeah. That's always existed because the pickup artists and the peacocking and that type of shit was something that was big when I was younger.
Yeah, but now you have somebody writing it for you in the palm of your hand.
It's AI. It's called the Riz app.
The Riz app?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's weird. You can connect it to your
Sean is an expert on it. Tell us more about it. I'm just kidding.
I saw it on my algorithm too. It's because we hate ourselves. So that's what the algorithm does.
Yeah, it just perpetuates it forever. The hate. I have that bit that I was working on talking about how every podcast, it feels like every podcast are trying to sell us boner pills or Blue Chew, Row.co and always trying to sell you something. It feels like everybody nowadays is nobody knows how to fuck anymore. Nobody knows how to get a date. Nobody knows how to get hard. Nobody knows how to it's nobody can do it.
Everybody has low T.
Yeah. That's another study that came out recently. I don't have it in here, but that they're saying that Y chromosome is going away. They're saying it's going to be replaced by a new version of man. It's we're no longer going to have XY. It's going to be XX and X something else.
Yay!
And the real reason why we say XY, it's evolution.
No way.
No, it's called microplastics.
So it's saying that men are, we don't need them anymore.
No, it's saying that men are dying because we're putting microplastics in our balls. We just
don't need them.
Right.
We're fucking too many pocket pussies. It's causing microplastics to enter our bloodstreams into our balls.
All I'm hearing is Al Gore is right or something.
Al Gore was never right. We should already be underwater.
He created the internet and You know, he was right.
Al Gore's usually right. This one's also an interesting one. Did you guys see this one? Scented wax melts create particles indoors, air that she shouldn't be breathing in, comparable to diesel engines. Apparently, so if your woman's like burning, like my girl does, apparently it's like putting a diesel engine car in your house.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You're killing, because there's no regulations on what they can and cannot put in these wax melts.
Yeah.
So they're just putting all these chemicals in there, and
Have
they're
you seen
just
the ones that look
killing
like
each other.
food? I just want to eat them.
You want to eat?
I don't care
wax.
about microplastics.
I can tell you don't. I mean, we
I
only
eat-
here so long.
Yeah, they've been around forever. Like,
Yeah.
Our entire bodies are microplastics.
Yeah.
I use an inhaler that's made out of plastic. How much? Like, it's killing me.
it's evolution. Just embrace it.
Yeah. I
Use your
mean,
balls with us.
I mean, they're saying by the year 2030, we might have nano robots that live inside of our bodies and destroy bacteria, and we might be living forever by 2030.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty cool. I'll take it.
I don't want to.
You don't want to live forever?
No.
Yeah. If I had your face, I wouldn't either. Got them. Both of them. They just both got murdered. That's a
Because
double
you want to
kill
keep
shot.
my face in like a
Drive-by.
jar.
I'm gonna keep your face in Matt's butthole.
Ooh, I also want you to keep my face in Matt's butthole.
Dude. Should be.
You just said you could live without men. That means no, Matt.
Yeah.
Don't say that to me.
Well, you like peach ring. She likes a different type of ring.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying I like to eat ass.
I know.
That's what we're saying.
I
Yeah.
just wanted to.
So, would you eat ass if somebody showed you this? Would you eat ass? Did you guys see this yet? I don't need the sound, but this is called reusable toilet paper. Would you guys ever use reusable
So
Nutella?
I tried.
Oh, what? No. Not in your fingers.
I tried
Just
doing
in the bathroom
cloth-
sink. Oh,
I know, right?
I tried doing cloth diapering for a minute, and after that, no.
Is this cost diapering for you or Matt, or who's it for? Your kids. Oh, my bad. Your
you.
kids. Keep forgetting you have kids, you know.
I'm going to buy a bidet.
I know.
I have had this conversation with multiple coworkers, and I'm convinced, and I almost bought one, but it wouldn't go through. So I almost bought one.
Yeah.
What do you mean it wouldn't go through your butthole? Like your
No,
balls too
like
strong?
he sent me a link, but we were at work, so it wouldn't go through, and then I forgot about it.
You don't know what Amazon is?
Yes, but I forgot about it because we weren't having that conversation anymore.
Okay. So now you're thinking about it.
Now I
again.
remembered. I was like, shit, I was supposed to buy that bidet.
Yeah, buy that bidet.
I'm going to.
I'm going to buy one too.
They're only like $23 on Amazon, and it hooks to everything.
I need one.
I don't want that one, but
You want a nicer one? He's like, give me one that's
Okay,
more expensive.
I'll send. You show me which one
All
you're
right.
gonna get.
okay.
Maybe
Put
I
it in the group chat because I want to see it
Okay,
too. Because
okay. These are the ones that he has in his house, and he has one on every toilet, and he says they're
okay.
fantastic.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's doing your bidet.
And then I also talked to his wife because she works there too. So she confirmed that they're fantastic.
Okay.
Never,
All
you'll
right.
never go back.
He's like, babe, get out of the bathroom. Open the door. What are you doing in there? Oh, nothing. There's water pressure on my
You're sitting backwards on the bidet.
butt. Yeah, that's what I'm
Why
doing.
are you always peeing on the toilet backwards?
Go in there and it's like, why is my son in the bathroom all day? His butthole's just getting fucking ramrodded by some fucking high pressure water. Great.
It's not a pleasure thing. It's a cleanliness thing.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You sure? Have you used one before?
I know, but I use wipes. Like I'm a wipes guy, and I have to keep a small trash can hidden behind the toilet. That's where I put my wipes because you can't flush the wipes.
Yeah.
And that's embarrassing as it is. Like I hide it behind the toilet. It's a small trash can with a lid that I put my wipes in, and then I take the bag.
Yeah.
Wipe.
Then you put them in the sink, you wash them off, and you reuse them.
Yeah.
Just like
No,
that
we
thing.
use wipes, but we have a trash can that we just leave out.
Yeah.
We always leave. There's
Disgusting.
No shame.
We fold it.
No shame.
You fold
fold.
it, and then you put it underneath everything. But like,
We do not use wipes in the
it's
South.
because I have a son and I need him to learn how to wipe his ass better.
Well, you've got a big boy too. It's probably
Yeah.
hard to reach.
He
a lot
needs-
of hard to reach areas.
He needs to wipe that ass better.
I remember the first time I ever knew, like, I ever came to grips with because this girl that I used to date, her friend was a bigger girl, and then we used to always hang out at her cousin's house where she'd watch her nephew.
Mm-hmm.
And this boy was the biggest little boy ever. He's 5 years old, but he was like a roly-poly dude. Like, this kid was, and I just remember one day he came out of the bathroom and was like, Anisha, I need you to wipe my ass. He was like Cartman. It was like he's like a little miniature Cartman.
Yeah.
And she said she'd go in there and he'd just be bent over and his asshole just I got to wipe his ass.
My
Like
little brother
5 years old.
used to come out and ask my dad, he would be like buck naked, come out to my dad and be like, am I clean? And like God. Bare ass to my dad just in the living room.
Yeah.
And he was a skinny kid.
He just didn't.
See, Cass will do that.
He's the one
me,
that had to get fully naked to take a shit.
He's not the type who will do it in front of other people.
Yeah,
like, he's not going to like.
Cass is a funny kid. I like him.
Cass is open like that with me, but he would never do it with anybody else.
Yeah.
Like,
what about Matt?
No.
Has he open with Matt yet?
No, he won't even get undressed around anybody.
That's good. He's modest.
Yes.
He's a modest little guy.
I taught him some manners.
He's got manners?
Yeah.
Oh, I might have to teach my kids.
See, yeah, it's weird.
My kids are fucking. Arthur will just walk downstairs butt ass naked and be like, "Hey, what's up, guys? I'm just chilling."
My girls have had to learn a little bit of modesty since Matt has moved in, but like, that's because they've had. I have been alone in my house with these kids for so long.
Yeah. That is a lot. Are you the naked mom typically?
I'm not really a naked mom, but if I need to go run and get something and I'm not wearing clothes, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I will not actively walk around completely naked, but like if I'm in the kitchen and I'm getting a drink, and I don't have pants on, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I do. I walk around. I don't walk around
like topless with my boobs out. Like
I've heard people are so weird about it because like it depends on how you grow up, right? Like
my mom was very much a t-shirt, no bra, like walked around with my friends around.
With some hangers.
Yeah.
That's appropriate because you probably had friends around.
But if I had friends around, she would just be sitting in the living room like covered up in the shirt, and like she'd be like, "I'm about to walk in my room," and so we'd like. Not
it's like her house, but
it's
also
her house, and we're gonna respect that it's her house, but she's not actively flaunting it in front of children. Like, and it was girlfriends, so it wasn't like
you didn't have any guy friends. Yeah. You weren't allowed to have any guy friends.
Like your mom completely naked bush out is like crazy to me.
She just wake up half asleep and just be like, and like so like where her bedroom we had a 2 living room house, like it was like a dining room but it was like basically like 2 living rooms. They just turned one of the living rooms into their own personal bedroom.
That's what I did with my house, kind of.
Yeah. And so they turned it into their own personal bedroom, and because of that, they put French doors on it. So my mom and they'd put the couch in front of the French doors in a way, so they'd have to like walk. She'd have to walk all the way around. To get to, and there's a 1 bathroom, so she'd wake up in the middle of the night and it was like either get dressed or shit yourself. Like it was like that was her 2 choices. So
and she had a lot of stomach issues, and I think that has to do with it.
Your mom too?
No, your mom.
Oh, my mom did. Yeah. Well, that's the bit. You know, you wake up at night thinking Arby's and seasoned curly.
I don't know that my mom would ever like just not have underwear on though.
Yeah, my mom
walking around with my friends.
My mom was a butt naked sleeper my whole life, man.
My mom's always a fully clothed mom.
Yeah.
Like always. Only time I ever even saw her in her underwear was when she got her teeth out, and I was an adult and had to put her to bed and everything after. See,
my grandma was always dressed.
Yeah.
My grandma always had clothes on, and it was like if I saw her naked, it was because I walked in on her in the bathroom.
Yeah, because you were being inappropriate.
And it wasn't a big deal if I did. Like she would be like, "Can you bring me a towel or something?" It was like, it wasn't like a big deal, but it wasn't like she's gonna come out of the bathroom completely naked. Like,
my grandma always had clothes on.
Yeah.
Like,
but I was also a girl, so she wasn't like that with the boys.
I don't like.
I'm trying to revisionist the history of this shit. You heard?
You can.
I also like. I don't know. I've never just sat around my house naked. I always either have some shorts on or something.
Yeah.
Like even if I don't have a shirt on or something, but like I have because that's just weird. But
yeah. I think it's for me. I always looked at it as like my mom never wanted us to be ashamed of our bodies.
Yeah,
like she didn't want you to be like nudity's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
that's my mom. Like it's like not inherently bad. She didn't want there to be shame associated with nudity.
Yeah,
but also at the same time, I'm like, Mom, have a little bit of tact.
Like that's where I like said where we were trying to teach it, where we're like she was trying to overcorrect it. Like she don't want you to be ashamed of your body, but she also showed no modesty.
Yeah, my grandma was she would try, like she'd come through with like a towel over her, but then you'd see her little white butt coming through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My mom, and sometimes it all just depends. Like if it was like 4 o'clock in the morning and everybody should be sleeping and she'd walk through the living room and you woke up and you were like one of my friends, you might see something that you wouldn't see if you weren't sleeping in the living room. So I'd tell my friends, like, if you stay the night at my house, you have to sleep in my room or you're gonna see my mom naked probably. Yeah. And it won't even be necessarily her fault or your fault.
Chose to sleep in the living room.
Everyone. I'm just kidding. No. It's not. No offense. I mean, and I love my mom to death. She was a looker when she was younger, but it's not like my mom was a hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like my friends were like, "Oh yeah, I get to see some double D's tonight." You know what I mean? Let me see them D's to the knees. You know what I mean?
Did it really matter though when you were that
D's on your knee? I mean, it did. I mean, it did. You think that just because teenage boys want to see some, I guess it depends on how you look at it, because like in high school there would always be a teacher that had huge tits that wasn't hot, that was like old or something, and there would be a couple of weird dudes that'd be like, damn dude, yeah, she ain't hot, but I'd love to see those things, and I'd be like, gross.
Yeah.
Gross. Leave Mrs. McCarter out of this, or whoever it was. What was the teacher? There was the Bollinger. I remember some guy told me he was like, man, I'd love to see Miss Bollinger's boobs. And I'm like, dude, no, you don't, dude. Leave her alone. She's the highest paid teacher in the state. Have some respect. Also, but if you see him, let me know how they look. You know what I mean? Yeah. One of those things. We had a teacher, and I don't.
Ex-teachers would be great OnlyFans people.
I think I don't want to drop her name because I would never do that. I don't want to get her trouble. There was one teacher in high school that I think that I could have caught her a case for. I think I could have caught her a case. She liked me a lot. She let me do whatever I wanted. She showed up to a couple of my performances that weren't school related. And I was like, man, I think there was a pretty good chance. And she was pretty young. She was decently young. A lot of the other kids hated her, thought she was such a bitch. She was so nice to me. So fucking nice to me.
Oh, you could have fucked that teacher.
I could have. I think there's a possibility. Sean,
I don't want it to happen.
You don't want to find out.
You didn't want it to happen. You thought you did.
No, I
didn't.
No, she's still. I bet you she's still hot to this day. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mrs. Boop, and I'm not gonna call her out. How dare I, dude?
How dare you?
I don't think she works at the high school anymore.
So it was at the high school?
I will not confirm. No, I'm just kidding. That was obviously high school. I wasn't a middle school teacher. That'd be creepier. I think I was like 18 when I was like 17, about to turn 18 when I had her. So it wasn't like she was completely creepy, but also like there is that power dynamic as like a kid. But I think it's different when it's a dude and it's a kid boy and a girl. It's not different in the eyes of the law, but I think in our brains it's different. Like
it's not different in my brain.
Well, because she couldn't. Here's the thing: she couldn't overpower me and control me power-wise. Like she couldn't grate me by overpowering me. I'd have to submit. Whereas with a male teacher and a female student, he could overpower her in a way. You know what I mean? That's where I think the difference lies in the nuances there. There is a nuance there, right?
I feel like back when we were younger, it was like the guys. It was like a conquest because like
see what I mean? There's a different connotation. Whereas,
I see that as now as an adult, my thinking is not the same. Like
not still the same for me. I'm still Chad. You know what I'm saying?
I see it as like because I am friends with you guys, and then because of the shit that was Sean, I'm like that's gross. Like
Porsche, no, John. I mean,
it wasn't gross. It was gross.
How dare you call my boys first time gross?
Like
what
that.
The fuck?
Because I have
good
a
job
son
on
now.
your place experience.
Because I have a son now, and I like, and I couldn't imagine that happening to my son. Like he's young and he's at work, and like somebody that's superior to him, like taking advantage of him.
And this isn't indicative of Sean at all, so don't take this the wrong way. But imagine your son's very incel-y. Imagine he's very incel. There's no girls giving him any play. He's just very sad. Doesn't get any play. And then an older woman comes up on him, and he actually feels like there's a chance that
that's predatory of her to do. That's or it's a public service. It's not.
Look at it. You know what I'm saying?
It's not.
Public service, baby.
It's not a public service.
I think we all agree on the public service.
But you're right. That wasn't indicative of me in high school. I was very, like how now I'm more reserved when I'm around people I don't know. In high school, I would talk to anybody. Life beat me down.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Typically how it goes. That's typically, we've all learned that life beats the shit out of us. We're all the rock in the river that gets beaten over time, you know?
I feel like I'm at the point where like life beat me down so much where I'm like coming back up from it.
Yeah, you're doing it. You're coming back up for air.
This is
your Rocky moment.
This is my fight song. My life song. Something like that. I can't sing it now.
Fuck
I don't know why. I don't know. Life's beating me like I'm Chris Brown and I'm in a London nightclub. That's how life's beating me. Oh man, he just can't catch a break. Actually, he could. He's not letting himself catch a break. Yeah, he was arrested in London.
He was assaulting someone again.
I know.
This was so
unpredictable.
Not really. A couple weeks.
Was it?
Yeah.
Like he got arrested for it a couple weeks ago.
So yeah,
the thing was
he ran away. Yeah, he got out of the country and then he went back to the country and they're like, we did not forget. This is 9/11 though.
Yeah.
And they're like, so anyway, he's getting in trouble for beating, and they have a video of him literally beating the fuck out of somebody with a
Was
bottle.
Was it a woman?
It was a bottle, like a.
That's what I wanted to know.
No, it was a man. It was a man. It was a man. It's okay if it's a man,
Did they look like a woman?
Well, they can. What if they decide later on that they were?
Yeah.
They were always a woman.
You're not being very ally today, Courtney.
Yeah, Courtney. It's Pride Month.
This is Pride Month, man.
What are you talking about? I'm just saying that he beats women.
This is Pride Month, and this is my shirt, all pride. All right, I do not serve cunt. I am conservative. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm conservative for this month. Anyway, I do want to throw out the Pacers are going to be playing OKC in the finals. It's going to be exciting. This is the schedule. If you guys want to go and screenshot that, put on there. Say you got it from Kokomo Press. Tell people that we actually care. Also, on top of that, I'm going to be there. You went to the watch party with Khan. How was that?
Bro, that was hype.
We won.
Dope.
Too.
I'm about to go to this next one. I think I'm going to go to game 1.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The watch party?
Yeah.
That's fucking lit, dude.
I don't know if I haven't confirmed that they're having one.
Yeah.
But
I think they will.
I assume that they will. But that first watch party I went to was fucking great.
But also they won. The problem is if you go to a watch party and they lose, it's probably a huge bummer.
The feeling's probably a little bit differently. But like I think I'm gonna be excited about this series.
Yeah.
I am optimistic, but I'm not.
But you're realistic.
Yeah. I'm not.
It's
like
a tough series.
It's going to be. They're two very evenly matched teams in certain aspects because like they play full team ball. Yeah. Like both teams do, but Oklahoma's defense
is crazy,
absolutely crazy, and they can score on you like crazy.
Yeah,
like
foul bait the fuck out of y'all.
They can, but like in transition, the Pacers are very fast.
Yeah,
score a lot of points on you easy. They'll pick up on like just weaknesses that you got. So
I'm excited to see how it goes. I was a lot more confident about us getting through the what?
I was yawning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're yawning.
We all knew you were yawning during the sports talk. I saw it too.
Yeah. Hey, no! You're talking about Sports Mom of the Year over here. You're talking about she's yawning during sports. How dare her? She loves baseball. It's so exciting. Are we still waiting for him to pitch the ball? All right, let's stand here. Let's wait. All right, hey, hold on. There's a kid picking daisies in the outfield. Hold on. We got to get that kid back on. Hey, what? Somebody just farted over there. We got to check on him too.
Until you put your kids in baseball, you don't understand.
I've had my kids in baseball. Nate played baseball for a long time. Yeah, he was he was on the All-Star team.
Those games
and
are
stuff.
the best games.
They're horrible.
They're the best.
They're fucking horrible. And you're lying to yourself if you're telling yourself they're good.
I absolutely love his games.
I bet you do.
He's also 6, so it's fucking cute and adorable.
Yeah.
And it's not really,
knows what they're doing.
There's no pressure on him whatsoever yet. Wait till he's about 8 and he's like when you're in rookie league and you're like 7 or 8 and you become like one of the kids that actually have to like take on the burden of winning a game, you'll watch how quickly it switches and how parents start acting weird. Because I'm telling you, dude, it gets awkward.
These softball parents are wild.
I bet. I mean, those girls are wild, man.
Yeah. And they're only 12 now. Yeah.
When the girls were in softball, we only lasted a year because they hadn't started when they were younger, so they were new. I mean, it was like all of these girls are very, very into this.
Oh man,
they're serious.
They are, and they'll say mean things to each other. They'll clap.
You're in the cute phase of baseball, but it gets really bad.
Let me enjoy it while I'm in the cute phase.
I refuse to let you enjoy anything.
That's
my main thing. My main point in life is to make sure you don't enjoy things.
Oh, I know.
Speaking of people enjoying things, I do want to let people know I will be at Helium Comedy Club on June 25th for Indy's Funniest. Check me out. If you need tickets, let me know. I do have discounted tickets available for people. As many people as I can get there as possible. I need at least 10, if not more, because the more people I can get to come out and support me. It is on a Wednesday, so it's not impossible. I know you're probably busy that day. I don't want to hear from you.
No, I'm going.
Are you going to go?
I already put it in my calendar.
Hell yeah. But June 25th, we're going to be there. It's all, the first round is like audience vote, so like the most people I can get there, the best. So if you can make your plans now, you got a few weeks to set it up. You got 24 days exactly, which is, what's that? 4 times, that's 8, what is that? 7?
3 weeks.
It's over 3 weeks, right?
I heard one number and then stopped listening.
It's like 3.5 weeks. So 3.5 weeks away. Make your plans to come out to Helium Comedy Club on June 25th. Let me know ahead of time, as I can get discounted tickets for up to 10 people. And then after that, I think they even have something more even. So like we want to get as many people in there as possible. I think I'm only doing like 4 minutes. I think they're only letting us do like 4 minutes. But you guys, if you've seen my comedy and you know the punchlines, just laugh hard when I get there, even if you've heard it a million times, because that's the whole point of this. After that round, it becomes like a judge thing, and I think at that point it becomes more realistic based on your comedy. But the first round is, in all essence, a popularity contest. Let's keep it real. And it'll be cool because there'll be a video of me on stage going, "Hey, it's fucking comedy,
Just do that.
Norm Macdonald, hey, those people, oh my God, it's me, No.
Yeah.
No. There we go. Okay, I'm just working really hard to get Courtney on board. Anyway, I want to thank you guys. Yeah, what's the deal with wax melts? Why are they giving us cancer? Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out this week with the Kokomo Press Podcast. As always, you can like, follow, share, do all the things that help us be seen. Also, I have some really great people here. I'm your host, Jordan Grainger, but go follow Cortni Richardson over here on everything. And if you need
do stuff,
if you need photography done, go check her out because she's really good at it. And of course, Sean D's in the house. You need a host for a show. You need somebody to come through and punch up some shit. That's your guy. You need somebody to write something. Hit up Sean D. He's always funny. That's why he's Sean D. It's funny. And over here in our red chair, you know him, you love him, Hypocrisy Jones, a.k.a. Jordan Bell. Follow him at In Your House Podcast, Hypocrisy Jones. Go find him. Find him everywhere you are.
Please don't follow him.
Go on his
the internet is stupid.
Go on his personal Facebook page and say, where are you at? Why aren't you on here more? Be on here more.
Personal message him,
Personally mesitage him everything. Tell him your opinions on Trump. He wants to hear them. I'm kidding.
I guess.
Other than that, put all your good vibes into the Pacers and then me at Helium because I will be there. Also,
I'll be the Pacers and Jordan.
Check us out. Just focus on me. Also here, check out our comedy open mic every week. We will be in Lafayette July 18th for a show at the North End Pub, so keep your eyes out for that. Other than that, we will have a show probably coming up pretty soon.
I'll be back at the mic this week, so I get
and Courtney will finally be back to be a part of the group after 3 weeks off of just pretending to be a good mom.
I'm a great mom.
I mean, you're a great mom. Did
you see the video of me calling that kid a motherfucker?
Yeah, that was really cool of you.
Hell yeah. Good job.
Yeah. Anyway, this has been the Kokomo Press Podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids.
But don't fuck them.
Don't.
Hold on.
Unless you're my teacher in high school. Shout out, Miss. Thank you for watching the Kokomo Press Podcast. We really appreciate you hanging out with us. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share, and tell all your friends about it. Because when people know about us, we get to continue to bring new, great, exciting things to you. And if you really want to support us, you can actually go on to Facebook and you can become an official subscriber. It's only $4.99 a month, and you get a lot of access to us. You get to tell us good jokes, tell us all the things you want to, and you're going to get access to new videos, merch, all kinds of things. And if you just want to support us in another way, maybe wear a shirt, wear a hat, something like that, check out kokomopress.shop. It's a brand new store we have set up. It's got all our merchandise needs. It's going to have limited run t-shirts, limited run hats. Go check it out right now. Thank you so much for hanging out with the Kokomo Press on the Kokomo Press Podcast. See you soon. 2 kisses.